Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Welcome to Scarborough. Youths want cash without tango. Candle magic got me calling on Shango. When I strike, I'm coming from lightning angles. Wet up in your ride like dangles. Know your place. When me and the God step in the place, devils get step in their face. No matter your race, watch your speech. We defend peace with justice. Love for the God make you shit like mustard or run like custard. Too slow, so you know how it go. Send him to Assad. I'm not the one to judge you, bro, or judge you, sis. Humanity written from hip to hip, but you're shaking them and not getting your womb equipped. Degrading yourself for women's rights, not saving yourself. Turning a dyke, but won't spiritually raise yourself. Waste of sperm, can't even wait to perm. Getting viruses and symptoms, you're thinking it's germs. Making so many mistakes, from none you learn. Seeing your future as the fucking cauldron turn. Ease the burn of your young son's death. Blaming the influence, but never blaming yourself. Drive a shot, but never a crooked cop. Crip shot, but never a racist cop. Racism doesn't exist, so stop. Rex 84, King Alfred got him on the block for chopping. Nigga Mortus, abuse ain't stopping. Guns on your shirts, but your pistol's not cocking. Popping and locking, guns jammed for 10 you're locked in. Or eternal sleep in a closed coffin. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. They got you stuck on some fakeness. We revealed this, you heard of us. Official lower self-murderers. These Moors come equipped for warfare. Tam or Kufi, these Sufi are my corp of Mufti. For all those who wanna profile and pose. See a nigga dressing or a fag made his clothes. You all alone in that gear, cousin. Gangsta hardcore thugs, you just frontin'. Cops keep them fake crews running like they supposed to. Rich like Scarface, you never come close to. I can see it, eyes tell no lies. Assalamu alaikum, selling white sugar in those bean pies. Giving dollars to Doc's lawyer who took the bar. And between you and your leader, he's being a bar. Some say I'm rude, blame Brother Dawood or Azariah. Pastor Beverly, the Messiah. David Walker, action not a talker. Sleepwalker, wake up, you're just daydreaming. Dirty Moors don't wanna be God and stay heathen. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Rappers think they hot, niggas warm like Luke. Oops, call them dirty Moors is what we taught to do. Not the Klansmen, burning some cross for you. If he's got a speechwriter, who's the boss to you? Voting for Obama, I see he's off like you. I'll walk, don't need a boxed up Porsche like you. Loving the fiat, dirty Moors thugging for fiat. Grabbing old ladies' purses, they mugging for fiat. Some taking, some bake, for fiat they drugging. Fiat is backed by nothing, fam, I'm not bluffing. Players hands on their ass like it's turkey they stuffing. Doing it for your boys, treat your girl like nothing. Matriarch rules, patriarch fools. I'm seeing gods act like men, thinking like mules. Square my rough edges without mason tools. I never took an oath, so I'm revealing mason rules. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Most don't learn till it's too late. Most say that they real but they too fake. Most act minor but think they too great. Most meet fate just cause they too bait. Produced by D&D, the Gotas, Iron Sheik, CMP,
Yeah. Grand rising. I looked inside of my temple, became enlightened. I bring the fury, no Tyson. It's Ali Khan Bey. I'm focused on my duty. I'm here to master the day, so make way for Prince Ali. I channel my chi. We part in the sea. And just like my mother's brother, I came from a thunder. I came up straight out the gutter. I bring down lightning and thunder like Thor's hammer. But I'm low key when I strike. I'm piercing through the toughest armor of a night. I'm rolling up that Mafia Lee. Give me the light, no Sean Paul. If the body is the temple, I'm a Taj Mahal, never fall. We the rock of Gibraltar. Why the hell would we falter? We not under oath. Oh, he the GOAT. Well, I'm coming for the throat. He out of line. Death to the dark priest. Sincerely, the kind of cons.
Street tribe message of greatness pop. This more is science, this ain't pop. I recollect, applied, and perfect. It wasn't long ago, I was calling collect. In the maximum facility, now I got humility, unmatched ability, give me serenity. Virgo, Pisces, Taurus, my true trinity. The infantry, perfected symmetry. Wanna float in these waters and check your density with show efficiency. Are you complacent? You gotta look within and answer that statement. You gotta say Ashe when liquid hit the pavement. Containment, master your impulses, or fall for the hypnosis. We smelling like hemp roaches, maintaining intense focus. I ain't with the excuses. If I look within, you'll find out where the truth is.
I'm sitting on my square all day. Student gets in street, Moors don't play. You talking colorable, man, fuck what you say. I know the Constitution is in my DNA. I know I'm a Moor, it's in my DNA. And I'm the true American, it's in my DNA. Got my fans in my turban, mother's DNA. I do it for the nation, activate your DNA. As I walk down the street like a street Moor, I'm looking for some food, fuck the meat store. See, once you get the truth, your body fiend for more. I study, get the bookstore. I study, and I want some more. I came out the womb, I'm not made of straw. I navigate the sea, I demonstrate the law. And I ain't speaking on that color shit at all. I'm a Lodio, Islam, I want it all. I dip in mine with the scimitar, don't be alarmed. I'm on my square, shining bright, that more's a star. Wake up, sun gaze to the morning star.
Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they buried me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they buried me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
Flying cherry tree at temple meetings and holy day service. Cherry tree still has Massachusetts nervous. On the highway, you saw it. But no shots fired, but turncoats. So watch black and Moorish liars. Cherry tree on my ID and chest patches center. Cherry tree in the sky calls all more Avengers. Red, the cherry, 5-point green star, the leaves. Used to suffocate thieves or conquer beliefs. Master fruition, cause dirty Moors deceive with corpse banners before Moroccan cherry trees. Lying and call it a flag of the kingdom first.
Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they buried me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
Flying cherry tree at temple meetings and holy day service. Cherry tree still has Massachusetts nervous. On the highway, you saw it, but no shots fired, but turned coats. So watch black and Moorish liars. Cherry tree on my ID and chest patches center. Cherry tree in the sky calls all more avengers. Red, the cherry, 5-point green star, the leaves used to suffocate thieves or conquer beliefs. Master fruition, cause dirty Moors deceive with corpse banners before Moroccan cherry trees. Lying and call it a flag of the kingdom first, then boasting $11 million net worth. 10 to 50,000 years old, we're told, till you check the commas or talk to Brahmas. Curved axe head symbology is lunar. Touch my cherry tree now. Watch us scalp them sooner.
Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
You must have took a wrong turn. This is Moorland, not India. You got wrong words. No jurisdiction, so they conjure a way to take your nationality and confer. A dead status, dead man tell no tales. But draw lead brought it off, so you can't fail. A bill is not a law, apparently you can't spell. They want to steal and rob it on, tell you that you can't.
Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
Flying cherry tree at temple meetings and holy day service. Cherry tree still has Massachusetts nervous. On the highway, you saw it, but no shots fired, but turned coats. So watch black and Moorish liars. Cherry tree on my ID and chest patches center. Cherry tree in the sky calls all more avengers. Red, the cherry, 5-point green star, the leaves used to suffocate thieves or conquer beliefs. Master fruition, cause dirty Moors deceive with corpse banners before Moroccan cherry trees. Lying and call it a flag of the kingdom first, then boasting $11 million net worth. 10 to 50,000 years old, we're told, till you check the commas or talk to Brahmas. Curved axe head symbology is lunar. Touch my cherry tree now. Watch us scalp them sooner.
Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
You must have took a wrong turn. This is Moorland, not India. You got wrong words. No jurisdiction, so they conjure a way to take your nationality and confer. A dead status, dead man tell no tales. But draw lead brought it off, so you can't fail. A bill is not a law, apparently you can't spell. They want to steal and rob it on, tell you that you can't sell. Like today, speak up and get canceled. I'm a more thinking law for the handle. Some pain I can speak, but you can't feel. Some pain runs deep, give me cold chills. Tap into the power of yourself. Memory locked down in your cells. Remember being stressed out in a cell. Wise up and switch teams, no NFL. Cause it's not a game, and I'm not insane. That's an Inquisition tactic that they're playing. Give you psych evaluation just cause they can. If you don't understand, then ain't no getting past. The gatekeepers push the laws, say truth is banned. Nowadays life is good, yeah, I'm feeling grand. But still dealing with colonists on the land. Unity the way they saw the problem at hand. What you mean you live in a corporation? Morocco the empire where we're stationed. Morocco the empire, we a nation. My cherry tree got the whole world shaking. Moorish American, not Puerto Rican. It's like you can't sit still when I'm speaking. Too much truth got your whole soul tweaking. Put the axe down, boy, you the heathen. Too many cowards, I don't see enough bravery. Some of y'all gonna fall for the slavery. Who you claim to be is a label C. It's the way you think and the way you speak. In a low, shallow grave where they buried me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree. In a low, shallow grave where they bury me. Till I rose from the dead, now they scared of me. And they better be no trespassing. Put the axe down, boy, that's my cherry tree.
Northgate, H2O flow, Sheik, Canaanland, Moor, Bernice Fall, Shalon Davis, salute. Check it. They say they wanna learn, they only debate. Referencing the truth, trust me, they only sounding great. Study nationality before you question my estate. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test. Fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest. That's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a Moor that is easy to digest. Competent, never Terranilius. That is my land, never vacant. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Westmoreland to Portmore, everybody needs more. If you please more, following the apostle, we should be more. I see the unseen more before. More, that's a fact. Canaanland.
They say they wanna learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling haram when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble pie, no ego ballooning. Samson 2 caterpillars, got him cocooning. As the full moon hung, spiral energy moving up through the crown chakra, energy shooting. And told me upload classes before live YouTubing. 16,000 subscribers, 20% consuming, 80% troll pretending to be tuned in. Comment on every video, pushing the thumbs down. We'll push the link when we live just like a clown. Pouring in the incompetence, always debating. Dissing Drew Ali but won't give their location. His image on the black banner, that's placation. Just get him out of here, Yusuf yells in frustration. We know they're playing games, we're not berating. Calling 911, scimitars penetrated. In defense of prophets and mothers abused. And newly awakened Moors, amused and confused.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes it a little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And over door, I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death, dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis.
Astroplane interests invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finishing.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali Craig. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brainwaves. Squash my heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis. Negus appearing real. All I see is false evidence. DA are feminists. Stomped on by elephants. Won't let go prejudice but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers. Return to blessedness. No pestilence. They saw the testaments. Tap into remembrance. Never to forget again. Use energy right. Not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with more veiled shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions. Too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence. Burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars. It might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quickie. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
I don't go to church. God don't live in church. They say the body is the temple. I'm walking in church right now. As soon as you go to church, there's somebody trying to stick a dick in you and they need some money. Every war in humanity's history has been over some kind of motherfucking religion. You know what I mean? I don't get caught up in that bullshit because I don't think God ever wrote a Bible or a Quran. He didn't have to write no shit. He ain't no playwright. It's written in your essence. Because the Bible was written by men. The book of Peter, the book of John, the whole book about Jesus, but that nigga ain't wrote one book. So a motherfucker that is about this right shit. All the hangouts on the book. Shit, I know the nigga. And you notice that each one of them books, they the closest one to Jesus. Peter like, me and Jesus was tight. In John's book, shit, I'm damn near the nigga daddy, you know. God didn't write no book. It's written in your essence.
Go away, haunting.
Shit.
Just a game. Bitch, don't call my phone. Neither call my name. Another summer mine. So cool. Another victory lap. No thanks to you. Chopper November, son. Outrageous. Watch how we fun. Contagious. Going through the stages. Hopefully no turn it back. Outro bars. When the levee's breaking. See the garments and locks draping. See the ancient form shaping. Hieroglyphs making. See the glitch shaking. Got staking.
Y'all colored.
You got forsaken cause you don't see it in ya. Francis Bacon, you eat for dinner. Born winner, used to be a sinner, used to be sinner. Now the temple's cleansed, no beginning and no end. Got no friends, only family in my lens. So sad to see tragedy. My people, no strategy. She a sleepyhead fulfilling prophecies. Random acts, don't come around the cul-de-sac. No mic check. Off the top, no respect. Off this top, seen her exec. Off this top, ain't seen nothing yet. Took off the top before I got my top off. Don't feel no threat, even when shit pop off. Drop offs and pickups, knock offs, name brand stick ups. Nervous, why to get rid of hiccups? Smooth sailing, no bailing on the mission. Nothing here for you on a fishing expedition like Dory the Explorer. They say 25 to life. Well, I'm 25 for life.
Wow.
2 on the left, 5 on the right. Plain view, hidden insight. Stay tuned, got that hidden insight.
Wow.
Still on my broom, ready to take flight. That witch is true, wonder what it tastes like.
Goddamn.
Warlock, wizardry, reptilian agenda, lizard league. They say company, love misery, and they eating the placenta, literally.
Everybody fighting over this religious shit. The Christians say Jesus is the message. The Muslims say it's Muhammad. I say who gives a fuck who the message is? Did you get the message? They got the same damn message. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Science proves that to be a fact. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. Don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck with you.
If I let you take it, then I must partake in. No cup without you rolling with me, my soul engraved in.
Wow.
Everything you paid in, debt to my enslavement, my only repayment, to slaughter you and tape it.
Wow.
Bars ripping and exclaiming shit. X-rated and I'm claiming it. Monster truck flow,
King
punch buckets, coming with the hook, boy, I'm taming shit.
Goddamn.
Yeah, they say they hard body with the toasters. tough. Yeah, ready like Rocky, what these posers want. Appreciate your life, boy. Nice guys and punk bitches. My prayers night and day, boy. Plotting for a slaughter niggas. You make a rock when you pulling triggers. Hear my name and put respect on it. Came a long way. Need us like all bets is on it. All kinds of figures, Sonic with a vest on it. Never sleeping on my bread. I handling the rest on it. Sit back and flex on it. Back at it, make progress. Yeah, I'm always on my grizzly cause this dead is honest. If my game like my wordplay, being modest. Yeah, respect to the matter, I'ma eat regardless.
They trying to tell Mexican brothers and sisters that they need to stay away from the border. I don't understand that when California is Mexico. Listen to the name of it. California. San Diego, San Francisco, San Jose. If it starts with San, it's Mexican. I always talking about my country. White people, this ain't y'all country. Y'all annexed. You stole it from the indigenous. I know you said you discovered it. You know how to use some slick ass words. We discovered it. How you discover some shit a motherfucker already live in? Using that analogy, when I get off stage, I'm gonna discover somebody's car. Police like, did you steal it? No, I discovered it. I gave the indigenous driver a reservation in the trunk.
Being Taj is unconscious because Noble Drew Ali flipped me a Moorish picture that's a mirror image of Taj, but nobody else would recognize it but me. He's still teaching civics. Civics is necessary for any people who want to be autonomous and self-sufficient, right? I'm here to give Taj his opportunity to live his happily ever after because he didn't put in his work. He got the track record to prove it, right? And then he got the equal opposition from the dirty Moors that Noble Drew Ali had, right? So Noble Drew Ali left signs and symbols for a conscious mind. So some of the people that see a beef with being Taj is unconscious because Noble Drew Ali flipped me a Moorish picture that's a mirror image of Taj, but nobody else would recognize it but me.
They don't want to give up that paper, right? Okay? They don't want to give up that paper, right? So we have the convention picture, right? Noble Drew Ali, Moor Science Temple of America, 1928. So we have a date. We have a reference date, right? And then there's all these Moors, you know what I'm saying? You know, going up the steps and all that stuff, you know, classic picture of Moors, right? The spirit of Brother Taj Tariq Bey is the spirit of our ancestors, right? There's a picture right here on the convention. This guy right here. There's his blown up picture right there. Tell me that doesn't look like Taj.
I was just getting ready to say that. Look just like him.
All right. This is from 1928 though. This is from 1928. And there's a man today walking around that reps Noble Drew Ali harder than anybody.
Taj Tariq Bey.
Right? So if the spirit of Taj is the spirit of our forefathers, right? If he knows the legitimacy of the Moor Science Temple of America to come back again and be down with the same stuff that he was down with in 1928, you don't think that this is legit? You don't think that there's some legitimacy in this? If an ancestor is going to come back in physical form, repping the same thing that he was repping in 1928. Noble Drew Ali, Moor Science Temple of America, 1928. So we have a date. We have a reference date. Right? And then there's all these Moors. You know what I'm saying? You know, going up the steps and all that stuff. You know, classic picture of Moors. Right? The spirit of Brother Taj Tariq Bey is the spirit of our ancestors. Right? There's this picture right here on the convention, this guy right here, there's his blown up picture right there. Tell me that doesn't look like Taj.
I was just getting ready to say that. Look just like him.
All right. This from 1928 though. This from 1928. And there's a man today walking around that reps Noble Drew Ali harder than anybody.
Taj Tariq Bey.
Right? So if the spirit of Taj is the spirit of our forefathers, right? If he knows the legitimacy of the Moor Science Temple of America to come back again and be down with the same stuff that he was down with in 1928, you don't think that this is legit? You don't think that there's some legitimacy in this? If an ancestor is going to come back in physical form, repping the same thing that he was repping in 1928. Right?
You know, they kind of say I resemble the prophet.
Yeah. You got the prophet's nose. You do. It's not even a joke.
Not you.
You got the nose. You got the Drew Ali nose.
But yeah.
So when we say F certain people, when we say F them, do you know he just told you that? How is he just telling you that Drew Ali put him on to a picture? That must mean the Canaanland boys with Drew Ali. That must mean that.
Wait, what year was your lecture? Was that lecture, Grand Sheep?
That was when we were supposed to debate Ali Muhammad. Go ask Sarnetter. Go ask them. Go ask Ali Muhammad, actually. How come he didn't come to Canaanland and do the debate that he was supposed to do? Go ask him what happened. Go ask him if he gave back the flight money. Go ask him if he gave back the flight money. Right? Go back, go ask Ali Muhammad right now, who's running Indigenous Republic North, whatever BS, Aboriginal, this and that. Why people they were supposed to debate Kudro L? How come they canceled the debate? And how come they called Kudro on the side to talk about, well, we can fill up the National Theater and all that. So why don't we just fill it up and split the door and give the people a good show? Good show of what? What do you mean good show? What do you mean good show? We're debating. You're about to get beheaded right now. We got your nationality card that says you're a Moor and all that. What the hell are you talking about? And then Brother Keru, who put me onto all the info about Ali Muhammad, all of a sudden he's dead. All of a sudden he has an aneurysm.
I forgot about that.
All of a sudden he has an aneurysm after he gave up all the info on all these sellouts, starting with Ali Muhammad, who all of them had nationality cards, and we did the lecture. They want to do backdoor deals with Moors. And we know Moors now who did the backdoor deal because, you know what I'm saying, it was all a sham. There was no debates. No debating. The only debate was Alim versus Seti. Everything after that was a sham. And everybody knows Alim Bey bodied the Black Power movement, the Black African whatever, the Aboriginal, Indigenous whatever like that on behalf of the Moors. Everybody knows it. What they do? Did they nationalize? Did they say, hey, let me go look at some of these Moors now? But, oh no. They stuck to their position.
Yeah.
They stuck to their position of being a traitor. They stuck to their position of being a traitor. right? They did that. Fine, no problem. Do your thing. Do your thing. But don't you dare try to pull Noble Drew Ali into your fraud that you have on House of Ram. And then you have Taj Tariq Bey up there as if he's endorsing all of this because he says some things in favor of what these people are talking about. And why would Taj want beef with somebody? He's 70 years old. What are you talking about? Why is he talking up about people in his face who are traitors? Because he's about get the info out. He's about get the info out. That's all he's about, get the info out. He's not about being the man, being the guy, not to be the one that everybody looks at and follow him down the street like the Pied Piper or whatever like that. Because he said he sat with this Moor, that means all the Moors ride with what this dirty Moor is doing because Taj Tariq Bey is with him.
No, that's popularity.
Get the hell out of here. We don't worship Taj. We don't drink McDonald's coffee. We make our own coffee. Right? These people are playing you. All of them are playing you. Some of them just have credibility because they've been around before the people who are playing you started siding with him and pulling him into their BS to make you think that they're legit. But they're not legit, they're a fraud. Because they're using his fame and nobility. They're using his fame and nobility. We're showing you here, right here. This is at least 2018. How come Rod Hayes wasn't telling you about the picture that Noble Drew Ali gave him with Taj Tariq Bey in it? How come he wasn't telling you about that in 2018? Where was he at? What was he doing? Bet you was being dumb nigger. I bet you. I bet you 2018 he was doing some dumb nigger stuff. Because I ain't see Rod Hayes from anywhere. I don't know where these people popping up from, but like me and the Moors were building on earlier, these people are sent to you. They send these people to you to keep you confused, and they use the popular Moors as the bait to get you to fall for the BS, even though the popular Moors tell you don't follow them. So who's the dumbass? If you're following the popular Moor, do some book with a dirty Moor, and now you're gonna go buy that book, and then you're saying, "Oh, what? No." We got played with Rami Salam El. He was sent. Even back then, we were just too dumb to realize that he was sent. You know, some of these people got potential. They could be good Moors and all that stuff, but they ain't about that. They're sent. Their potential is irrelevant. They're just sent. So we're gonna go through this stuff because I probably about made it through an hour of this stuff, and I was ready to throw the damn laptop off the balcony because of these people talking crazy. And then because Taj Tariq Bey is there, and he's that's right, and he's doing all that. That means all Moors are riding with what these people are saying. No, we don't. We're not Taj Tariq Bey Richard riders. We don't ride his Richard. He's just another Moor. Anybody who's anybody is Drew Ali. That's it. Anybody else, there's another Moor. We ain't taking them serious. There's some Sultana. This Sultana what? Lord Prime Minister what? Thought the priesthood is dead. How you have a title King Bey and all that. But let me just, there's a lot more.
Islam.
Just say a little piece.
Islam nobles.
Islam Moors.
Islam family. Peace and love. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
context is key with this situation.
Brother Kaiser, Islam,
Islam. It's Kasir,
boy.
boy. It's Kasir. But watch how this goes. This dude this whole thing was comprised about him claiming he was Tahuti or Thoth. Keep it in context. Thoth with Dr. G, Dr. Masonic G, right? He said he was Thoth. She was like, oh, yeah, I understand that. Because when I seen Grand Sheik, meaning Taj, I knew who he was. So I knew you were. I could pick up on energies, right? So he's claiming he's Thoth. So I did a little bit of studying through Rosicrucian studies. And Thoth is born from the lips of Ra. So he's the son of Taj as Ra. This is the funny part about Thoth. Thoth has no mother. Thoth has no mother. So when he's saying the mama and all that, if you're going to go with being Thoth, Thoth has no mother. He was born from the lips of Ra with no mother. With the reality of this, because that's a little bit of the metaphysics, with the reality of this, the night before or 2 days before, he was on Black Magic Rich Channel, and he said there was a war between the feathers and the fezzes. The feathers won, so now the fezzes are mad. But when he got on the thing with Taj, he said there was a war between us and them. We won. What you mean? Who? The feathers against the fezzes? Yeah. What you mean? Explain. Like, cause somebody told me like, oh yeah, well, I think he's just trying to rob for the gangs and the Indians. Well, then speak on them. Don't try to claim you're banging on dirty Moors and then jump later and be like, oh, I'm riding with the Indians. How come you ain't never can't call out dirty Aboriginals?
Right.
Why is it dirty Moors? Why? What about dirty Aboriginals?
Yeah. What about those are the people who they have a right to call themselves whatever. All right. So if you're Indian, cool, no problem. There's traitors among you too. How come you're not calling them out?
And are we doing this thing now where Moors are separated from Indians? So Moors aren't Indians and Indians aren't Moors? Is that what we're doing? Because if it's all based on what the Yobo perception is, I think he considers Moors Aboriginals and Aboriginals Moors. He doesn't distinctualize between us like this. What we don't want is the labels that he tied to us to dilute slavery. But Indian, Moor, he called us either things. My thing though is that there's no treaty that says that the Indians are protected if they were to get killed. As a matter of fact, one of their treaties from 1646 says that they're allowed to get lawfully killed by the English colonists, and they must release their English captives and their African captives and give up their guns to be lawfully if they're in the wrong territory. What wrong territory? It's my home. I can't go in the basement. Well, this is what's in there. Now, when you look at the Moorish treaty, it specifies that if you were to injure or wound a Moor, the equal law of the land will be taken out on the person who did that mess. So if you kill a Moor, your life should be up for grabs. If you wound a Moor, you should be wounded under law though of the state that you serve. There's no other treaty of black people, Indians, and nobody has a treaty like that where it specifies their life being protected or justified if it gets taken. No other law. And then when we read the Arabic version of the treaty, we see that it says Americanos, meaning American. Yeah. So you could be an Indian and claim the damn Moorish treaty. What happened? What's wrong? You don't know how to read?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, wait. And then the main thing of this that night was based off of something that Rob made up that he admit later in the lecture. I mean the discussion that he made up. He was saying that the Taj don't know about the 400-year biblical 200-year national contract. It's up. The contract is up, and Taj didn't know it. So I gotta tell him. And I'm like, what, Taj? What are you're gonna let him do that? What are you? Why are you letting him say this? What treaty from 200 years? 1819? There's no treaty. There's no agreement from 1819. The agreement was 1786. It was made 50 years agreement. And then they answered again in 1886. 1836. And people say that it was made perpetual, but if you read it, it says that it would be for 50 years. And if anybody doesn't break it, it will be recognized forever and ever. If any, the United States or any Moors don't violate or break it or abandon the treaty, then it stays firm. This is the crazy part. 50 years later, the Prophet was born. And then the Shawnee prophet of the Shawnee, Tuscanawada, whatever his name was, Tecumseh's brother. He died 1830. No, he passed form 1836, and then he was born again 50 years later. Oops. So how come he didn't know about that contract with the prophet coming and 50-year mandate and answering the treaties 50 years? What? This is Stove, y'all.
Cool.
I yield the floor.
Islam, brother Malik.
Islam, family. Yeah, I was just as pissed watching that. And the crazy part is, which we all know by now, and Todd said at his own mouth that interview where he was battling Dr. Reggie out there, when he said at his own mouth, anybody claiming to be a scholar and they keep referring our people as Negro, blacks, or colored, anything other than Moorish, Asiatic descendants, then they're agents. So I was like, bro, you an agent. Even when Dr. G, as she called herself, kept asking him, what's his nationality? He talking about he's organic to the earth. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So your mothers are organic?
Firstborn to the earthborn.
This is the disrespectful type of stuff that come out of these fools' mouths. And then it's like, what it is, they mad because they seeing the prophecy coming true of the young Moors waking up, coming in with their eyes wide open and sitting these old Moors in the back. But we ain't even really sitting them in the back. We moving them out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Shematar time, and it's like we not allowing what happened before to allow to happen for the future generations, like that infiltration, uniting with dirty Moors. Nah, they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we can't let the children coming up think it's okay to be cool with somebody that's pimping them out or selling them off. Man, we ain't never been about charging 20, 30,000 or even more to be doing no fucking whatever he want to call it, a tour. I'm like, man, that's fulfilling your pockets. Like the only profit you know is money. You already said you don't follow the prophet, but it's funny because these guys that say that the only way that you would be claiming being the Moor is because of the prophet. Had he not came and stood up and did what he did, it wouldn't be no Moorish American. It ain't no telling what we would be or what type of condition our people would be in or servitude. You got over 100 years plus that we still able to claim nationality because what the prophet did. So how you not follow somebody like that? But you claiming the titles that he woke our people up to. And I yield the floor on that.
He said that he followed Noble Drew Ali. Hold up. He said he followed Noble Drew Ali. It's just that he don't have to be a Moor to study Moorish science. But the prophet said, with us all members declare their nationality, not Negro, black, and colored.
No, so, I'm talking about Sabitch Bay.
Who?
Sabitch Baby.
Who? Is there somebody in the chat?
Sabitch Baby. Sabir Bay.
Oh, Sabir. That's Sabir. Sabir is an Ethiopian. That's an Ethiopian actor.
That's what he's talking about.
Look, y'all. Sabir cannot come back to Philadelphia in any of the hood of South Philly that he deemed that he come from. There's a Tifi Bey and his family down here, and they're the only Beys that get any recognition. Sabir is a liar and a thief. If you give him $100,000, I'm going to be outside of that bus to flatten the tire and laugh. You're not going on. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody going on a trip with him. I'm going to make sure that nobody goes on a trip with him. Sabir, time is up. So if I catch him down Philly trying to go on any bus trip to steal $100,000, what did he say, $20,000, $40,000, any thousand, you're not going. You're not going, Sabir. No, you stay in your rat's hole where you've been at. We got to Shemitar him and bury him for a couple of years?
I'm telling you.
Hold on.
No feds, no turban wearing ass.
Remember when he talked about that? Remember when he went to the foreign land and asked them about America's flag? He went to a
Yeah,
foreign land and
yeah,
asked them about the
yeah.
American flag. How that wasn't that land he went to constructed in like the 30s? What the hell would they know? They got land placed there. Them people come from Slovenia and Circassia. We know them. Those aren't really Arabs. You are, but never mind. No, he Ethiopian. He got. Matter of fact, I got another one. Remember Lower Merc L, who we merked out a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Lower Merc L caught him slipping a couple years before that, where he was like, Islam Sabir, what's your nationality, brother? He used to do the what's your nationality show, right?
Yeah.
He asked Sabir's nationality. Here goes Sabir. Oh, Ethiopian. Hebeshah, Ge'ez. What is this, brother? You got a camera on me? What we doing? He like, brother, you said what? Your nationality is Ethiopian. Yeah, brother, Hebeshah. He like, well, right here, you know how a young boy used to be. Right here in page 3 of the 101s, the prophet said his nationality is Moorish American. What's your nationality? Moorish American. So Sabir, why are you saying you're Ethiopian if the prophet said we're not Negro, black, and color Ethiopian? See, man, I don't gotta follow. I don't listen. He was. This is like 10 years ago. He was already on that time. The Sabir coming home to roost is what we're watching.
I remember that.
How long has he been dirty? Like, how long has he been dirty? Let's get that one out. Like, because I mean, I remember him being a little parrot behind Taj when Taj was Shembatarn 155th Street. But what was Sabir ever doing? What did Sabir ever do for the movement? Wait, hold up. Don't say no damn DVD, because Amadeus Christ did that DVD. And Sabir was featured as a speaker on that DVD. You can read the damn DVD box. He ain't no director of that. Amadeus Christ, Islam.
Nah,
Oh, I'm
I
doing too
was
much.
good what you
Hands out the
said. Yeah.
pockets. Hands out the pockets. This is the hands out the pockets conversation for Sabir. He can't come home. Y'all home, right? Where y'all at?
Home.
Imagine if you did so much stuff you can't go there. This is the hotel surfer. He don't have no homes. He just stay in hotels with the people money.
It's a crazy game.
How come when Kush Day and his mans went to see him, Saudi, I can't remember brother name, my bad, but Kush Day and his mans, right? They went to go see him at the hotel in Chicago, right? At Mecca, right? Sabir brought them in to stand up behind him. They didn't even get him a chair. Now those is good brothers, so I pretty much they just wanted to be around a good Moor, like the other brother from Tariq. He just wanted to be around a good Moor, share some information. But look at Sabir, he can't even get a chair for a Moor to sit down. Remember the picture where he had himself edited in front of the prophet and Taj behind him?
Mm-hmm.
People didn't see that. He used to have a picture on his Facebook where it's the actual prophet, right? And then he photoshopped himself in front of the prophet in black and white, and then photoshopped Taj behind the prophet. So he's in front, the prophet's in the middle, and then Taj behind everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, let's go to next. Yeah, that was just for the record, for anybody who's still in doubt. Because remember, we rob people. Don't forget, right? We're the ones that's taking people's finance and living in hotels.
How come Sabir never debate Artie?
Okay.
Matter of fact, no, he did. More he tried to.
You want 5 Gs for that?
He did try to debate Artie, but he didn't do it. He had another Yobo on. Matter of fact, he had an Yobo sovereign citizen on there. And when Artie, started, he said, "Why do you guys think you have the right to travel? Here go to Yobo." Well, if you understand article the First Amendment, it says, and he was like, "What? The First Amendment doesn't have anything to do with rights to travel? That's rights to freedom of speech." And he was like, "Have you ever read the Articles of Association?" Wait a minute. Stop it. Who is this Yobo clown you have doing your debate for you with Artie?
Wow. Your own. Yeah. Like you said, next. Like you said.
It only lives because the heirs kept believing in them. The same way the heirs keep believing in the priesthood, not knowing that the priesthood are part of the issue, part of the problem. And the people don't know that both the politicians, the clergies, the imams, and the rabbis, and many of the sheikhs and many of the shakuns are part of a network and operate together against the interests of the Aboriginal people.
Oh, that's interesting, because if that's the case, then why would this guy say this?
Do some invites in here before I jump in the shower. I want to do a little short video to tell y'all officially that I am the official master of masters, master of the
Slavery.
Masters. I'm officially King of Kings, Lord of Lords, having followed all of the signs across all of the times, understanding the agenda and executing the plan. It's master of the self-raised masters. I'm officially King of Kings, Lord of Lords, having followed all of the signs.
So doesn't that mean that Taj just told him to his face that he's full of BS? Didn't Taj just tell him right to his face that he's full of BS, because he claims that he's the master of master, king of kings, lord of lords? Aren't those priesthoods? Now, if the priesthood is dead, then why are people listening to him? If the priesthood is dead, if the priesthood is dead, and Moors been saying that before Taj Tariq Bey, that the priesthood is dead. Before Taj Tariq Bey, they've been saying the priesthood is dead. He didn't make that up. Before Taj Tariq Bey, the priesthood been dead. So when they come up with priestly titles and claiming to be whoever they're claiming to be, and then you see them next to the master teacher, and then you're like, oh yeah, we're going to ride with them because the master teacher is sitting next to them. You just played yourself. You played yourself. Because why are you listening to people who pop up that say that they have titles? Why are you listening to them for? Why don't they just be themselves and you listening to them? They always got to have a title. Any more? Have anything to add before we carry on?
Where does the rod come from?
There we go.
Who sent them?
Who sent it?
Like, cause everything was kind of quiet, and he popped up, in the same T-shirt. For no regards, like what's his school of thought? Like, what's he saying he is? So you're not a Moor? Are you an Indian? Are you Aboriginal? Are you a gang member thing? Like, I don't see what's happening. They didn't they reform the gangs into the El Rukin when we talk about Jeff Ford, Abdul Malik, as he calls him Angel Bay. I don't know what that is, but all right. Didn't Angel Bay proclaim his nationality as a Moor?
Oh, okay. Let me ask you this question, because somebody just put it in the chat. What are y'all talking about? There was no disagreement last night. I watched it. It was a good build on jurisdiction. Now, I don't know. Is that somebody in the chat? Al-Him Bay.
All right.
Right? No, like I said, I only watched the hour while I was doing stuff around the house.
I watched the whole kit and caboodle.
I never watched the whole thing because I got to an hour and I was like, F this. This is some BS.
I watched the whole thing.
So,
my question to him is, when did we ever say it was a disagreement on this platform? When did we say it was a disagreement between those two? As a matter of fact, what you had is Taj yes manning information which he don't really agree with. How much did they pay Taj? You know? So when did we say anything about disagree? Go.
The floor is yours. Right, here's another one. Here's another one. Can anyone talking ish provide one thing false that Rod has said? Yes. One thing false he said.
These
like
stuff.
said in the beginning. Like what we said in the beginning. He said Noble Drew Ali put him on to the convention picture with Taj Street Bay in it. Moors who have that picture, seen the picture, already analyzed the face and seen that.
Why y'all following Rod? Rod so hard. What's the affiliation there?
Yeah. Like who are you to follow Rod?
Who gave us more understanding, Rod or the Prophet? Let's get that one out.
Yeah, let's leave Taj out of it. Let's put the Prophet next to Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Who
stands?
Rod.
Right, because the Prophet said his nationality is Moorish American, but Rod said his nationality, a nationality is corporate. He's not a Moor. He's organic to the earth and firstborn of the earthborn. So, are we organic to the earth, firstborn of the earthborn, or are we Moorish Americans?
Which one is it? Can't be both. It can't be 50 things.
And what's the nationality of the firstborn of the earthborn?
Because if you're on the earth, you probably have a nationality. More than likely, if you're on the earth, if the earth is your domain, where you dwell.
And if he's saying like, oh well, nationality, that word is looked at as a corporate thing based upon United Statesian standards. Okay, well then, what's your national standard? What's the clan connection based off Guy and Ishagwa? Who do you come from? He never said it. He never said who he came from. I don't want to hear the Blue House. Because there's a Blue Lodge called York. I don't want to hear that. So where do you come from?
Yeah.
Community reconstruction and progress. You a Crip that like that, or you what do you say? Grassroot and development. So you GD. Like what form of thought are you coming from, sir? You haven't stated that yet. And we're still waiting for when did we say he was they were disagreeing?
And then my thing is, why are you speaking on Moorish science if you're not claiming Moorish nationality?
Right.
You speaking on Moorish and then talking about Moorish as a catchphrase. Like, don't you know that's a war crime? I keep telling these people they don't understand the words that they say can get them really scimitar, like really, like they don't understand universal law when it comes to denationalizing somebody. Like you basically talk about our nationality as a catchphrase. Being organic to the earth, that's a catchphrase.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then he said that's not his jurisdiction to speak on. That's Taj's and Angel Bay's jurisdiction. So why did you use Dirty Moors as a talk point to get like all this recognition? You should have used Dirty whoever you came for. Whoever your jurisdiction is under Larry Hoover.
The Dirty Earth.
Bro, wait a minute. He said that Tukey Williams was frozen underground in Area 51 and they thawed him out. And he got him to do that. He talked to the SCE to get shit shut down. He said he took over the Vatican. He shut the Vatican down. He shut the Pope down. He shut down a Holy Roman Empire. He shut down the Holy See.
We have some clips. We're gonna play those. But let's
go.
Then what did Noble Drew Ali do? Then what did Taj do? Then what did Hakeem Bey do? I don't want to be sick of these people, bro. What is it? Who is this guy?
Yo, that's the thing right there.
And it's like they only like him because he giving these people a talking point against Moors. That's the only reason why they like him. Oh, somebody going against the Moors. Oh, let's ride with him. Let's ride with Thoth against the Moors. Come on with it. Bring it. because
Yeah, breathe.
I swear I sat down. I wasn't even going to do this, but the scimitar must get bloody again with Negro blood.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Out of place artifacts. Oops. Because this is crazy. Like only because he's riding against the Moors. I see people reposting his pages on their page and then to have talking points with root words to stand for the Moors. Let's do this. Root words is not a Moor. He's I think root words got a mental problem. That brother he need help. He ain't like a lot of guys, people like him.
Yeah.
He don't get. It's like when you watch 300 and the Hunchback will be trying to get the shield and all that and ride with Leonidas and them, and it's like, nah, bro, you gonna have to stand on the hill and watch us win this battle. You can't ride with us. And what he do?
There's a whole army of them now.
What did he do, Moore? He joined the Persians. Exactly. So why root words over there hanging with the Indians? 300.
Yeah.
You will pay for your barbarisms.
But it's like you said, Brother Kasir, where did he come from? Who is he? Because like I told the Grand Sheik earlier, he reminds me of Pharaoh. Like, I don't know where these people even come from. They just pop up and everybody's like, now, oh, he didn't disagree with Taj No. Who is he? I don't want to talk about nothing else until we find out who he is. I don't even know who is this guy. Like the Grand Sheik just showed that video when he did the lecture against Ali Muhammad, and he already had showed the picture. And now the guy who said more is a catchphrase, Noble Drew Ali, sent him the picture. That's Brother Taj. Why would Noble Drew Ali send the picture of Taj from back in the day?
What's Noble Drew Ali's text message number? I need it.
Yeah, because
he said more. He made it seem like he sent him a text message with a
picture.
picture.
How does he get the photo?
God.
How does he got it?
He airdropped it, more. The prophet got an airdrop. This is nuts. This is sick. This is sick. It's like, why? Because it's like, okay.
When did he send it? When the day you was tying down, when you shut down Rome, the day you shut down, you freed Tookie Williams. What day you was busy. You been busy.
Yeah, he went to the Palladians too, more to get a mission from them. He got a mission statement from the Palladians.
Wow.
These are all things he said. I'm not making nothing up. He said these things. I wish I was making it up. He said this, and then it's like, and he like, oh well, I'm wind talking like Noble Drew Ali because he's a Cherokee chief, so I'm wind talking. So people that don't get it can't understand it. That's a way of saying, yo, when I BS and like make stuff up, if people catch me on it, then they're dirty. Don't do you setting up all these caveats for you to do caveat emptor work.
Yeah. Yep.
And then still, all these people riding with him. Do y'all know what? All these people in the chat that ride with Rod Hayes. And honors to you for your choice. But what can you tell me? What form of thought or what group of people that he is standing for? He said a lot, but I haven't heard him say certain things. Specifics. Who is he writing for? If he was to write a constitution, right? Who would the constitution, like a constitution between any de facto, right? Who would be the other party of the constitution? It's a de facto party, right? And then who's the writing party of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can y'all give me an answer to this? And watch this. Y'all don't know. He didn't say it. Y'all following somebody with no plan.
What did he say? The organic earth?
He said he organic to the earth plane, firstborn to the firstborn to the
Constitution would be. It'd be organic. Yeah.
Okay. Organic to the earth constitution. I got you.
Here's something else.
Organic to the earth beings. He would.
Yep. And organic to the earth flag, organic to the earth titles.
Which ain't nothing but more adjectives. Right. That's all he gave you.
Right.
He gave you more adjectives. There you go.
More adjectives.
Well, I know the date because I got the blood and the right to establish the date.
Exactly.
No, exactly. Jesus.
All religions are dogmatic because they are social control mechanisms and has nothing to do with the spiritual development of people.
Yes, they're called the three S's: social, solace, systems.
Right?
God's going crazy.
I gained enough sufficient knowledge to meet the challenge of knowing the date that the contract is going to close. Why do I know the date? Because I got the blood and the right to establish the date.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Stop. That's Taj's reversioner. That's Taj's reversioner.
The reversioner book.
I'm done. Oh my gosh. And then the Taj is saying yes because he wrote that stuff before. Yeah. That's the reversioner. Yeah. If y'all ever read the reversioner? You ever got the flash drive from Taj? You ever went to the Ram before it was Ram? Huh? In Delaware?
Yep.
I did. I got a flash drive. This 5-6 years ago. A lot of stuff was different then.
Way different, wasn't it?
Way different. Islam.
And we're only talking about what? How much years did you say? 5 years ago?
5, 6 years.
People getting arrested.
I don't even know where he was at 5, 6 years ago.
Well, watch this. They saying that why should we do the Moor stuff? Because it's getting us arrested. Y'all haven't stopped smoking. You haven't stopped. And that got you arrested. You haven't stopped dog food selling. That's got you arrested. You haven't stopped being a Negro. That has got you Negro catched. Literally. But you're asking Moors, why are we standing on our right? And then you cannot blame us for people that want to go out there and still be Negro and get Negrified.
They literally said we killed
no
black
active
people.
Moors get subjugated. Yeah. Yep. All day.
He literally said it. He said, remember, we killed black people. Remember? That's what the highwayman said.
And they have an Indian treaty from 1646 where it says if the Indian is caught in the wrong territory, it's lawful. It will be deemed lawful for the English to kill him. It did also say that if an Englishman is caught in the wrong territory, he will be executed. But the choice of wording, executed versus lawfully killed, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because the executed sound like the same people that's going to kill the Indian is going to be executing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It didn't say the Indian will be deemed lawfully, lawful kill if he killed an Englishman. It didn't say that. It said the Englishman will be executed, but it didn't specify by who. Mm-hmm. It said that you can lawfully kill an Indian in the Indian treaty. And they had to give up their guns and give up their slaves. So it's just like, why would we choose, if we have a choice between all these things that they put on us, why are we choosing the one where we got subjugated?
And Negroes got civil rights. So you want the Indian treaty or you want civil rights?
They ain't even got civil rights, more.
No.
They still trying to get them. Civil rights comes with human rights. That's part of it. So if you don't have human rights, by proxy, you're not going to have civil rights.
Absolutely.
You can't get civil rights by auctioning and going and marching for it. You have to get your human rights, and the civil rights will be with it. That's the whole. What the hell? They didn't read nothing of the conventions of nations. Negroes didn't go. They was marching. Everybody else went. The Moors went. 1928 they went. 1993 they went. We talking about the Prophet and Verdiasi. So all the Indians, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like, why are y'all not seeing that we're saying the same thing y'all saying, claiming the land back? Y'all just mess up over a name. Yeah. That you say me. And then look, I've heard this one too. Well, we know we're not really Indians. That's just the tag. What are you? Well, we're aboriginal to the land. Well, that's okay. We know that. What are you though? Well, they call us many things. Come on. You're Mayan. That's I don't. I don't get it. And then it's like all of the hubbub for what? Like you're not. It's to not even to get recognized by nothing because the federal government, God rest their soul, ain't trying to hear nothing. It can't hear nothing now because it's been defunct since 1933. If we want to deal with the recent one, we ain't going to take them all the way back. 1933, defunct, bankrupt, can't own anything. And you want to go behind this and use their laws to deem who you are? I'll give you a hint, Indians. If you 8 USC 1401 says citizens are nationals, that one is a catchphrase. Citizens can't be no nationals, not in the way they're trying to use it. United States citizens can't be nationals. That's a catchphrase. So when they're using that and saying that anybody in the Aboriginal tribe is deemed a national but a citizen, it says in the part right after that, it says, Aboriginal will be a citizen if the citizenship doesn't impair their right to owning tribal property. So then you would have to be 8 USC 1408, which is national, a non-citizen national, which is that's one of their laws. So you can be a national and not a citizen of their corporation if it's going to impair the right of you owning tribal property, tribal, aka ancient family property before Yobo even thought of anything. All of us have that on this panel right now. We would just have to look.
Yep.
That's your family. Shit, it's right there. Remember that farm we used to go to down south, y'all? You know.
Islam, brother Tariq. Yeah, we're not here anymore. They must be playing with your thing again. Yeah, we're not hearing you, Tariq. Sham God Bay. Peace.
Peace, more. Can the Moors hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you more.
Cool. Yeah, so I want to give a shout out, you know what I mean? Because one thing about Cujo, you don't do censoring, bro. So I got to give you credit for that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys, you know what I mean, that's out here talking nonsense, and they always want to censor, delete, hide things. I look at it like that's disingenuous, which means they can't be standing on truth. So that's one thing I definitely want to give you credit for.
Islam.
But let's just keep it 100 right now, right? Let's go into the implications of what our guy Taj was talking about. And the reason why I locked in when I saw what you were speaking on is because first of all, I've been thinking about this for weeks now. When I see a lot of people pop out, make videos, try to get fame off the Moor Picture, right? Then I sit back and I realize what came to me, right? Whoever's claiming Morris science and never been in the temple is a potential trader or agent. Why do I say that? I say that because in this society, black is all around you, right? Black is demanded of most people in order to basically function in society. They demanded to be Negro, black, and colored. So when people pop out, we could count like 5 people. And I know, Cujo, you've been around for a minute. You've seen people come into the movement, try to get social media famous, and then flip. Yeah. So if you're not practicing the culture, you're a potential agent. I've seen so many people who beef with you. They came at you, beefed with you, called you out. Next thing you know, they saying F Moors, F this. They're switching back. So I want to know if you're ready, Cujo, to promote Moors joining the temple, because otherwise they're hurting the movement. Because if they're getting thousands of followers, and I'm gonna stop after this, if they're getting thousands of followers, right, and then they flip, let's just hit the implications of Taj Tariq Bey, your master teacher, bro, co-signing everything he said. I might have missed that part. I didn't hear. Y'all tell me about, what do you think about Taj Tariq Bey your master teacher co-signing everything he said without batting an eyelash. What y'all think about that?
Well, one thing is that people might be master teachers and all that stuff, but we're not their followers. So, like I just put up the thing too. That's why I even brought up the first clip with the thing about us debating Ali Muhammad. Taj lectured with Ali Muhammad numerous times. They sat at the same table in panels about the Moors and all that. Ali Muhammad's a traitor. We know that. Taj sat with him, but that's not stopping me from taking the info. Like when they say, get the message. Don't worry about the messenger. That's what it applies to. When I look at it, people like Taj Tariq Bey, who in 2022, people are looking at him as some type of shrindom of the Moorish whatever, that unless it comes through him, it's not legit or whatever. That ain't what it is. If it doesn't come through Noble Drew Ali is if it's legit or not. Which is where I'm riding with you about the people joining the temple, which is why our temple said honorary membership and anybody could join. Because this stuff ain't working unless you're down with the temple. Whether you're a part of it, whether you pay your dues, whether you whatever, that's irrelevant. Could you say, yo, you ever been to the temple? And then say, oh yeah, I've been to Moor Science Temple on whatever street, whatever time they were doing their stuff, whether it was online, whatever. Oh yeah, I went to the temple. I know what the temple stuff is about. I got the literature. I got Noble Drew Ali's lessons, and I know what's up. That's the foundation of us knowing that we're Moors. Even CMB told them that in Clock of Destiny and all that. You think his language wasn't because he was a student of Noble Drew Ali? His Zodiac Constitution isn't because of Divine Constitution and bylaws? There wouldn't be a Zodiac Constitution if there wasn't a Divine Constitution and bylaws.
Islam. This is why. Well, I'm gonna say one for two things. I don't agree with nothing that Taj was saying in support of the stuff that Rob was saying that was like kind of sketchy and
the
truth and falsehood mixed.
Exactly.
Now I don't understand on that, but and then as far as the temples, I would say if we take people out of or if we tell people to join the temple, wouldn't that be sending them back into the burning house that we got them out of? For this reason, Braswell Bay is the Supreme Grand Sheikh. Is Braswell Bay? I have the papers online, and I've showed them many times. Braswell Bay converted the headquarters in Chicago, Mecca, into a church named New Galilee Baptist. He just left the Moorish sign up. So we would basically be joining organizations that are taking 501c3s from the federal government, and based off 501c3 provisions, that makes all the people that join the United States citizens by proxy.
So when you say when you submit the statement of we should have people join the temple, yes, but not any temple that's out there.
Right. We direct people to RV Bay Publications in Toriano. So
yeah, you're directing people to somewhere. You're not just telling them to go wherever. Because when you say Moorish temple, right? Or when you say, let's say, even when you say Noble Drew Ali, he wasn't only talking about Moorish Science Temple only. He was talking about Moorish Temple of Science. He was talking about Moorish Divine and National Movement. He was talking about other things relative to Moorish Science Temple. So, we would look at right now people who say, or you ask somebody, hey, where do you get your information from? If one of the first things they say is RVA publication, that's like saying they're the temple. That's like saying they went to the temple, right? Even though they didn't say I went to the temple, I went to RVA publications, I would look at that like that. If they say I went to Obashango L, I would look at it like that's why we have more Avengers, to show you who are the ones that you should even be looking at as credible. And if you haven't seen more Avengers yet, then you're late. You better go get up to date, to speed on where you should be getting your info from, so that you're not getting played like you're getting played right now by people, because You're playing, you know, because someone says they're a master teacher or they're looked at as a master teacher, that means they're infallible or something.
And I would like to ask that brother kindly, were you speaking about a specific temple? And if so, which temple would that be?
It was for you, brother Shamgad.
Oh, indeed, more. Yeah, I'm definitely speaking about a particular temple. I'm speaking about the temple that the Prophet Noble Jew Ali left. You know what I mean? Because when you start to deal with the temple of Moor Science Temple of America, you start to realize it's a certain culture that transcends basic boundaries of grand bodies. You know what I mean? Because it's a culture that you live. That's why every time I hear someone say, "Oh, that's a church," I laugh inside because they're just exposing themselves as a Christian subject. Because anyone who attends a temple, and I'm gonna answer your question, bro. Anyone who attends a temple for any amount of time, you're gonna realize it's the exact opposite of a church. You know what I'm saying? Because they're tapping into the members. The prophet is telling the members to use their five senses. You're not gonna go to a church and have them tap into their body of people. You're gonna have them just talking and running their mouth as standing over the congregation, as they call it, like Rod and Taj did. So a temple I'm talking about is you got R. Jones Bay Temple, which is Moor Science Temple of America Incorporated. You got Braswell Bay, because both you got that. You have Uniting of the Moor Science Temple of America with Brother Haru Renisi El. You got certain official bodies that they have the culture that you're living as you're learning those lessons. Now we already know that Moorish science encompasses all things within the universe. We already understand that. Sun, moon, stars, science, civics, laws, we understand that. But as far as the culture where you're going to bring your babies to teach, because it's not about us, it's about the next generation. So anybody with a family, it's incumbent upon you to have your babies hit the temple, because now they're living who they are. So that's yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing, Cujo. One more thing, Cujo, real quick.
Up, you okay?
One more thing, Cujo, real quick. Like, I'm gonna say this. When we talk about the implications of what Taj is saying or whatever, you see what I'm saying? When we talk about that,
why
we
is
talk
it
about
why isn't it the
because
implication Rod is saying? Because he was the one who was talking morally. Taj was a yes man yesterday.
Yeah, Taj was, so he co-signed it. So what? Right.
No,
so when you say that's important, bro, that's important because
hold on a second. Let me remind you of something. Let me just remind you of something, because I think you're missing something. Let me remind you of something. Let me just remind you of something.
And well, don't they understand? How often now this is back to us being redundant, right, Dr. Naila? Let's go over what we talked about before, and this is a synopsis. And we're talking about the letter that the Pope wrote to Obama. We're just going to read the beginning. Now, notice how we talked about before how so many things that we have done here on this platform are redundant. Yes. And the fact that the people are asking the same questions, which means it's not being absorbed. It's not that it's not being heard. It's not being absorbed. You know how, like, so many times we've gone over these things, and if we will say among ourselves, and you see some people say, "Oh, he said that before." Well, truth doesn't come in versions. It's what it is. Now, these are fundamental political facts that everyone that's here tonight at the House of Reawakening Minds need to be cognizant of. And we're going to be redundant again. This is why a lot of times we say, write these things down so that some of these things we don't have to keep going over again. And we can go to other things and start building.
The reason for the redundancy is because you have people like House of Reawakening Minds has nothing to do with Tashreeq Bey. It has to do with a platform like House of Reawakening Minds, who's a church. Some Moor Science Temple of America grand body people who are selling charters and pushing this thing as this is some religious thing only, and not activating the civic side of it, is why Moors like us would say it's really not about joining any temple out there, because half these Moors ain't gonna, they might have the culture. We saw some Moors the other day, after they proclaimed their nationality, these people singing hymns after they proclaimed their nationality in the temple. And that's ink body. So if they're singing hymns in the Moor Science Temple of America in 2022, that's an issue. That's a problem.
So if they was rapping, it'd be all good though, right?
My rapping has nothing to do with Moor Science Temple of America.
I'm just asking you, bro. If they was rapping, it would be cool, right?
Because you're presenting it to try to make it seem as if my rapping has something to do with Moor Science Temple. It ain't the same. My rapping is my personal stuff that I do. That's nothing to do with the temple or whatever. So bringing that up is irrelevant. You're only bringing that up to try to play jabs.
No, I'm not playing jabs, brother. I'm not playing jabs. I don't really have time for that. It's 2022. I'm just talking culture. Everybody raps. Everybody raps, not just you, bro. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Everybody raps. Everybody raps, Cujo. Everybody.
So why you?
And everybody. No one has a problem with rapping. You said hymns as if it's the end of the world, bro. That's what I'm asking you. You said hymns as if it's the end of the world.
Let me put it like this. Ink temples, they sold out. This is what the body that brought me up, which includes Kenyu Umar Bey, who's Supreme Grand Sheikh right now. This includes Heru Ranisi El, who I know for a fact these Moors were on some civics because he used to lecture to the Moors who brought us up in this, which includes Kenyu Umar Bey. They weren't sitting in the temple playing church. They were active Moors. They were helping.
Bro, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Cujo. I'm gonna keep it 100 right now, right? The Moors has been talking civics. The civics started in that temple. It all started in the incorporated temple, bro. When it started to get hot in the early 80s, bro, I'm telling you, in the early 80s, it started to get hot. And we see why people wanted to put a muzzle on it. Why? Because the culture got to live on. That's what the prophet left us. All of that started from the INC temple. Now, I'm not even getting into that aspect right now. I'm talking about the potential to be a turncoat agent. You see what I'm saying? So we want to talk about what's been infiltrated. And the other night, Rod and Taj already basically admitted and shown who's the turncoat. You see what I'm saying? You got to go back to the line, bro.
Bringing up Rod and Taj, they're not together. Rod and Taj, Reawakening Minds and Taj, they're not together. Canaanland Moor and Taj, they're not together. These people are individuals.
Islam.
Stop this like the
Islam. Can I say one thing before y'all go in, Mo? Before you go in.
I'm going next.
Before you go in, I just want to say one thing, bro, and I'm gonna let y'all analyze, break everything down how you need to break it down. Once you go to the temple, you're gonna understand the science of the line of succession. So if your line of succession who spawned RV Bay Publications, you said if I send them to RV Bay, that means that okay, cool. Now you went. It's like you went to the temple. You can't say that because the one who. Okay, all right, he's separate, but let's stick with RV Bay. Once
you
gotta
say him, because a lot of people in the chat might not know like who he's saying. Like you gotta say his name too, so they know like that's another option. Toriano Obashan or Obashan.
But see, the problem with Toriano and RV Bay is they're spitting the same twist that Taj put in it. So Taj is telling you when I told you to authenticate your BCC, when I told you all these other demonstrations that's outside, he's trying to correct that right now. So when you go to RV Bay, you're dealing with that same twist. You're dealing with that same European flow, bro.
So
break it down.
Let me deal with something. Like two things. When we the only thing that that's different with Toriano is that he's proclaiming the blood of the Aboriginal, showing that we're not we're not African. We're actually American, and that's done by genetic testing, not no DNA. You know, a direct consumer thing. You got to get. We have a Moorish geneticist, so we're tying our blood back. Also getting bonds based on silver to show that we're not connected to the bankruptcy that took place in 1933, and we're rebutting the 14th Amendment citizenship based off of the 14th Amendment being not ratified. So we have the seals.
Yo, we can't hear you, Kasir.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
People keep calling me like so basically we're using these documents and this information to use the United States' own admission against them in the public record by using Federal Rules of Evidence 902, which is self-authenticating documents based upon seal, and Federal Rules of Evidence 702 based upon scientific data by a geneticist standing as an expert witness. And y'all could also look at Federal Rules of Evidence 803 dealing with hearsay being used as evidence. So this is what we use. And when a lot of people talk against the UCC, but with somebody who understands how to do it, like a lot of people talked against that because people were getting hurt not knowing how to do it. There's certain ways and certain things to apply to it. And you could also tie the profit into a UCC, but there's a prominent UCC thing that we do too to establish everything and finalize everything. That on the public record with no rebuttal stands as our law, and that has been going on since 2010.
Which is why when people approach us with regard to UCC and going that route, that's not some not to be used thing. That's to be used if you know what you're doing. And the only one who's proved with receipts that he knows what he's doing with regard to that realm is Obashango L. So we would send people there if they want to go that realm.
Oh, and brother Sham God, did you notice on Showtime, if y'all got cable, y'all need to look to tomorrow, I believe, is supposed to be this Juneteenth celebration. They're going to have Braswell Bay on Showtime having an interview on Vice News, speaking for the Moorish paradigm. So that should be pretty interesting to speak about, because I think Juju is going to be on there too. And from what I've seen in the preview, he's going to be speaking against the rise of the Moors' whole debacle and subjugation by the federal government. Now, this is going to be on Showtime. I know for a fact to get on cable, you have to sign a contract to release your image. People call me. You can't call me while I'm on the chat if you're listening. That's silly. You're not gonna be able to hear me if you're calling me. But anyway, if you seen that, like at 8:00 tomorrow on Juneteenth, Braswell Bay is gonna be on Showtime. Talking against the rise of the Moors.
I heard about it.
And he's more Science Temple, and he's been talking against certain activity with regard.
And I only specify him because when we look at the Supreme Grand Council, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has the say so over all the subordinate temples, right?
No, the Supreme Grand Council hasn't been officially reconstituted yet.
Yeah, but they're still members. They're membership, but you still have the members and everything, and he would be the head of it, right?
No.
So he's not the head of the Supreme.
The Supreme Grand Council has not been constituted yet officially.
Oh well, his website to his official the official temple number 1, they have to update it because it says that he's the head of the Supreme Grand Council by being Supreme Grand Sheik, and it lists the other members of the Supreme Grand Council. So it needs to be updated.
That's in name only, though. That's in name only. There's a few individuals.
Okay. Why is it on the public record if it's name only?
So it's de facto, basically, by name only.
By name only. That's it.
Okay.
Because there's a few different Supreme Grand Councils who's attempting to take that position. However,
I'm talking about we only talking about the true ones, the ones that the Prophet would have deemed based off the succession from Emil El. Like we're not talking about all these other people.
There's only one.
Yeah, exactly.
this
Right,
is my
right.
thing.
That's
When
what
we
my
say
point was. The one temple is
brother
ran by
brother
Supreme
Kasir,
Braswell Bay, right?
brother
That one
Kasir,
temple. No, I'm saying,
no,
but that
no,
one
that's
temple,
not
the headquarters
that's
is
not
not run by Braswell.
no the one temple is the temples who open and close their meetings according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and
No,
justice. That's the one.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
one.
no, no. I'm talking
Asking
about.
that. We're saying
I'm
who's
talking
the
about
successor?
headquarters. Temple
Name the
number
guy.
one. When I'm saying
Name the
temple number
individual.
one, you
Like who's the
understand temple number one, right?
who's the
Or you
individual?
Temple number one. You have to
yeah.
understand. Emilio. See, this is what we're not putting together in terms of
No, no,
thought.
no, no. I'm talking about Braswell and temple
2022.
number
We're
one.
talking
Yeah,
about right now.
Right, right now.
Supreme
right
Grand Sheik.
now.
Who's Supreme Grand Sheik right now for the Moorish
You're
Science
doing a
Temple
lot of
of America,
dancing, brother.
which
Buck dancing
includes
happening right now.
You
Hey,
said I'm not
hey,
dancing.
Sherman
Y'all
got
not
Moors
letting me
dancing
speak.
like Moors, huh? But it's gay.
We
Go
not
ahead, go ahead.
we
Go ahead,
not
Morris. Go.
dancing. We not
Go ahead.
dancing, bro. We
No,
not
go
dancing.
answer the question.
Cujo.
No, just answer the question. You don't got to talk on Cujo.
Cujo.
Just answer it. You can't
If
answer the
we
question.
gonna talk, I can
Okay.
answer the question, bro.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can
No,
answer the question.
just answer. Go ahead.
You don't want to hear my answer though. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know why you don't want to hear my answer, bro.
no, you don't want to hear your
Oh,
answer.
Cujo,
You
don't
running
even say
around.
nothing. Cujo, don't even say nothing. Go
We don't
ahead,
want you to
answer,
run
bro.
around. We don't want you
Answer,
to
bro.
run
You don't want
around.
me to. Where you want me to run to? Where you want me to run to, Cujo?
Okay, let me put it like this. Right? Let me put it like this. As far as myself, right? I'm a Grand Sheik. I have a temple. We got an address, phone number, and all that stuff. You could look us up.
So who the
Right?
head of the Supreme? Who
All right.
running? Who is the
Hold
dean?
on, brother Kazir. Hold on,
Leader
one
of the
second.
Moors right now?
Look,
Is what I want to know.
This is what I'm saying, right? As a Grand Sheik,
Man,
there's probably only 4 or 5 Grand Sheiks that I could call up, and I know that it's going to be 5 principles when we engage each other, right? 5. You know how many temples Noble Drew Ali had in his time? A majority of the individuals who are Moorish Science Temple of America that are heads, they'll say they're not going to deal with me because we push rvbaypublications.com. I know this personally from individuals who I sent to them that came back and said, you know, these people are talking BS about you, even though you sent me to them. So I'm not coming from some perspective of I don't know what's going on, which is why I tell Moors when they say Moor Science Temple, majority of the people I'm sending them to Grand Sheik Nature El Bay, and I might send them to Alim El Bay because he's Moorish Holy Temple of Science. I used to send them to Heru Rani CL until the Moors who brought us up told us Heru Rani CL went the other way. We don't know what happened. But he's not how he was when we used to bring him out here to lecture. That's a different individual now.
So what I want to say, all right, you done, bro? Because I know I hear what you're saying. You've been around.
Yeah. So
And before you answer anything, what's the position of Braswell Bay? That's where we were at last. What's his position?
All right. So brother Kasir, you ready for me to answer, brother Kasir, or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
you ready for me to answer? All right. All right. I'm gonna say it like this. All of those brothers who you mentioning, they all broke off from Moor Science Temple of America Incorporated. So if the United States, we know the United States, for example, let's take another country.
But
So
why
before
did
you before you do the example, and we answer the why they broke off, I thought you brought up at Braswell Bay when you initially started this. You said the Temple Incorporated. You brought up R. Jones Band. You also, one of the names you said was Braswell. Why'd you say his name if it's a breakup?
Because when you deal with a body of Moors, we have to respect those who claim to be leading a group of Moors. See, I'm not dogmatic, brother. I'm not dogmatic, brother. I'm dealing with science.
We're moving accordingly. So we're moving accordingly. I'm trying to get to something. So do you agree with the fact that Braswell Bay, or do you know that Braswell Bay has converted that Temple number 1 into New Galilee Baptist Church?
I know that he's been he's affiliated with the church according to paperwork.
But now wait a minute. But when we first said that, you said that y'all think it's a church, y'all be trying to say everything. That's why we said it, because he converted it, just like how you just said, he converted it to a church, right? And why would you?
I didn't say he could, brother. I didn't say he converted it into a church. My words were that his name is affiliated with the church on paper. That's what I said.
Yeah. No, I got the paper. I know. President.
Yeah, but they don't operate in church capacity. From what I understand, I don't go to that temple, brother. I'm dealing with Moor Science Temple of America.
They submitted like $20,000 to the old board head member on the secondary document. So my thing, like, why would they submit that fiat to that person unless they were trying to fill their positions for them to step down?
It's not they because he knows that he can't bring that to a body of Moors. So what he's doing in his own time, they're trying to get money because they broke off from the Moor Science Temple of America Incorporated. So he's trying to fund what he's doing.
Who's the Supreme Grand Chief right now that you're saying is if it's not Braswell Bay, then who are you saying is that individual?
What I'm saying is it's broken off in R. Jones Bay. I'm saying R. Jones Bay. I'm saying R. Jones Bay is. I'm saying R. Jones Bay is sitting in the seat right now of the temple that was chosen. Hold on, that was chosen by the people. Hold on, because you got to understand when you're dealing with corporate bodies and you're dealing with when you're dealing with body politics, right?
Y'all forgot to hit up Cujo.
The body politic. Right. So the body politic is not going to change because of a coup. When you got countries in Senegal, when the government is overtaken by the military, hold on, bro.
That needed to be like paramount. You just admitted that the the head temple started a coup. No, continue.
No, what I'm saying is, see, I'm not dogmatic. I have to deal with the things as they are, bro.
We gotta deal with
that's how you're gonna get to a proper result in the position we're at right now. So if a government in Senegal is taken over, for example, by the military and they install a new government, that doesn't change the country of Senegal and its body politic. So when everybody's running away from the temple, it's supposed to be the opposite. You're supposed to run into the temple and reclaim the seat, bro.
And when did they start the Moor Science Temple of America Inc.? When was that started?
The Moor Science Temple of America Inc. goes back to the time of the Prophet. When E. Millie Ill was selected by the Prophet, the people themselves chose.
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, bro. Let me get it out, bro.
The Prophet shut down.
Get it out.
The Prophet shut down those provisions to temples.
Are you gonna say right now that the people
were retarded? They killed the Prophet.
Are you gonna tell me right now that the people instead of emailing the people chose C. Kirkman Bay past Supreme Grand Advisor and Moderator? That's who you're saying?
Get him. Marked up fast.
The marked up fast guy? That's who you're saying is the authority? Oh, he's gone, huh?
Oh, he's going. Got him. Get him, cool Joe. Chase these dirties out of the temple. The Prophet had the houses clear. We do that with calm. In our calm manner, Kalamate, we get him out of here. Dirty Moor, Morisco. We make him burn his feet in the fire. His feet was burning in that fire.
Kirkman Bay? That's who they're saying is the authority?
Bad blowout. Bad blowout, Kirkman Bay.
They're saying Kirkman Bay over rvbaypublications.com. Are you people crazy? They're saying Kirkman Bay over Toriano over Shangoel. They're saying
cursed heathens
over Asir.
Cursed heathens.
Taj Street Bay. They're saying
cursed heathens
over Rise of the Moors even. They're saying Kirkman Bay.
I think that Summer Jam screen then just got started.
Mark Fez people. Oh yeah, like we said. Next.
Next. That Summer Jam screen is hot. Y'all remember what happened last time that Summer Jam screen got put up? So now we're back again. So Morris, I don't think I'm done. I don't think I'm done with Uncle Ron though. We need to dig his.
I'm about to start it right back up, bro. Don't worry.
About to say it's only 4 foot of the grave dug. We didn't even put him in there yet.
Yeah, we got a few feet left. I got you. Don't worry.
Their stuff, they just use that instrument to claim authority, which they've never honored because it didn't come from them in the nature of everything. However, there's 2 keys in there that lock them in. That's why they never respected it.
Oh, and this is for the stuff when Brother Kasir was talking about certain things he might have said that we don't agree with, that we're just gonna put it on the record. Oh, just because he's Taj Sharik Bey, it doesn't mean we're riding with everything that he's saying. For all you people who are playing follower, we don't do follower. We do study.
And it doesn't give us rights. It really puts obligations on them as fofers to preserve rights that already belong to us. And this is why when they had the ordinance of 1787 to formulate the republic form of government, they couldn't even operate unless they maintained a republican form. And with that republican form, they must honor the treaties superior. And then so even the treaties that were even falsely presented put obligations on them, which is why they've never respected them. And this is also why they never teach civics or real history or the wars or the tradings of the ancient Canaanites, etc., and Moabites, etc., and our travels across the waters for centuries, not a couple hundred years, for millennia. And they took over our trade routes and claimed them to be theirs, and it's really our stuff. Not only the material, even the trade routes. And so
he's killing him. He's killing him.
Speak up. Now, Noble Drawley spoke up in proper person. Now here you come speaking up in proper person. You must be heir.
No, we don't agree with that.
He just went left as soon as I gave him his props.
Yeah, when Noble Drew Ali said, "You're not Negro, black, colored, you're Moorish American," that was your proper person. That was proper person. If you're not that, you're not in proper person. So for Roderick or Ronald or whatever Ron is short form for, to be told that he's improper person with a name Rod Hayes, that's a fiction. Because he doesn't look like modern European to me. He looks Aboriginal indigenous. And if he's Aboriginal indigenous and he's talking about clan and tribe and all that, he better be Ali, Day, Al, El, or Bay. If you're not that, you don't count as Aboriginal indigenous. If you're not saying one of those are your clan or your tribe, then you're out of law. And it's wrong because somebody's saying they're organic to the earth. That's just like Europeans saying they're free man on the land. That means that you're going to let them do whatever they're supposed to do? No. You can't say that. What's their nationality? Free man on the land is not a nationality. Child of God, that's not a nationality. If you start playing foreigner games, then these foreigners could play foreigner games and steal your stuff again. Because just like what we said, you playing adjectives. So you want to be adjectives. And then people sending me this BS talking about, see, Taj said that it doesn't matter what you call yourself. You can say whatever you want. No, you can't. No, you can't. Now, we're not riding with Taj said that as if that's something legitimate. Your name's Rod Hayes, but you're an improper person? No, you're not. That's a wardship name. That's a name given to him by slave masters.
He ain't got no blood on the wood to make the bet good, so he dead in the eyes of the law. He ain't never rebut the 14th Amendment, so he's dead in the eyes of the law. He's subject to the United States provisions and whatever the citizens deem to do to him. He's speaking from the damn crib every day before he take a shower. It's like I thought he was drunk a lot of the times, but I guess that can go now. You can't go from talking about like real stuff on a earth plane land, and then start talking about the Nibiru, Inky and Enlil. We've been there before. Why are we going back there? You trying to put people back in the
Back into slavery.
back to sleep? Yeah,
right. Put them right back to sleep. Put them right back to sleep. And Fernando, if you're listening, your device isn't connecting. It's not that I don't want to let you on, so you think it's us or something. Your device isn't connecting. It says it right there. Device not connected. So maybe log out and try to log back in from a different device. Let's get back to this improper person guy.
Even the trade routes. And so, but someone had to speak up. Now, Noble Drawley spoke up in proper person. Now, here you come speaking up in proper person. You must be heir. You must have the blood. You must have the right of claim, and you must make that claim. You cannot be non-transparent, except that.
And at that point, that makes me the pretender to the throne.
Parent. Except that.
And at that point, that makes me the pretender to the throne.
Parent. Except that.
And at that point, that makes me the pretender to the throne.
Exactly. Parent. Except that.
Wait a minute.
That makes me the pretender to the throne.
Wait a minute. Cujo, play the whole drum back. I think I hear what Todd's doing. Play it back again. I think this is funny as hell. Listen to exactly what he's saying. And you, okay, all right. The proper person is the thing that gets funny, but he's literally kind of letting you know that he did something different.
Taj loves slapping them right in their face.
Right in their face. This is the debate all over again with the NOI guy.
Yeah.
He's done it to Dr. G and Sabir, right to their faces too.
Right, and as a pretender to the throne, these corporate fictions. Okay, so now we have to explain the difference in nationality under admiralty law versus the law of the land, because you gave them the law of the land. Now the admiralty jurisdiction that we were artificially under, this is where the problem and the disconnect come in.
Across the waters for centuries, not a couple hundred years, for millennia. And they took over our trade routes and claimed them to be theirs, and it's really our stuff. Not only the material, even the trade routes. And so, but someone had to speak up. Now, Noble Drawley spoke up in proper person. Now here you come speaking up in proper person. You must be heir. You must have the blood. You must have the right of claim, and you must make that claim. You cannot be non-transparent. Except that.
And at that point, that makes me the pretender to the throne.
So if he's the pretender to the throne, are you taking a pretender serious?
Look that up. That's an English position.
Out of his own mouth, he's the pretender to the throne. Out of his own mouth, he's the pretender.
That's second-class nobility. Deemed to the Jacobites in England. Man, why would you
shouldn't he be claiming that it's his throne?
Yeah.
Why is he claiming that the throne's not his?
Pretender, look that up in law, yo. Like it's not. That's a second class citizen. I mean, a second class nobility.
Let's do them the favor.
This happened. It's all about the Jacobite rebellion, y'all. Like in 1550s is when all the dark skinned people, there was the royalty of so-called England and all that left out. That was the Jacobite rebellion.
Right, Black's Law Dictionary. 4th edition. Pretend. Pretend. To feign or simulate. To hold that out of real, which is false or baseless.
Color. Damn.
As to the rule against the buying and selling of any pretended right or title.
Buying or selling? Ho, more. Buying or selling birthrights? In the definition. You can't do that, but go ahead.
Right? More just put it in the chat too. Pretender. A claimant to the throne or to the office of a ruler, usually without just title.
Damn.
Right? His name Rod Hayes? Is that without just title, right?
You not droid, boy. You don't got right of possession and right of usage. You don't got your blood. You just sanguinis, just soleil. We already know just soleil going to the feudalism, but just sanguinis, that'll give you a loyal claim. This dude's a pretender, though.
Pretender. That's what you're riding for, the pretender.
Islam. Can you hear me, Grand Sheik?
Islam more. Oh, you got in.
Yeah, I got. I've been having a tad bit of technical difficulties.
I ever forgot you were on there.
Yeah, I'm on here, but no, I just wanted to chime in real quick, Grand Sheik, and like I said, you know roughly how young I am and how immature I am to this knowledge. But who is it? Who is this guy? Where he come from? Like, I'm like, all seriousness, everything was for the most part, besides dealing with Rami guy with Fez wearing today and not wearing it tomorrow. Now it don't got no tassel. Besides dealing with him, it's been for the most part quiet. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, but you ain't had to pull out your scimitar and cut nobody's damn head off and shit. And then out of the blue, here come this guy, and who are these idiots? That just goes more to our state as a people. Who are these idiots just jumping on this bandwagon to back up anything he's saying? Where he come from? Who is he? How is he relevant?
How?
At all?
He's on the stage with the master teacher right now. There's Moors who've been studying 10 years. They never met the master teacher.
Grand Sheik, I heard you say months ago, that the master teacher is, and let me sidebar with that real quick. Granted, 1000%, Taj is the master teacher. He is the source to get knowledge and resources and fact checked everything. But Taj is not the prophet. Taj is another Moor, like I'm a Moor, just like you a Moor. He's not the end all be all of more science and the higher levels of knowledge. He's not.
Say that shit again.
You know what I'm saying? Now, any and everybody that's coming into this knowledge, absolutely, I would suggest listen to a couple of Ty's lectures, listen to all of them, listen to all his videos and all of that shit. But even me, I don't follow no man. Taj is another man, just like I'm a man. He put his pants on one leg at a time, just like I do.
And you know what's crazy too? That's what made, because when it was at I think it was at Grand Sheik Nature's Temple when we did that lecture. When I introed for them was the first time meeting him. And when you realize he's just a regular Moor, just like everybody else, all that starstruck stuff goes out the window. You know, starstruck. Starstruck what? He's just another brother. Even though we're starstruck.
Exactly.
You know, seeing him real for the first time after watching DVDs and tapes and all that stuff, like, yo, he's actually real.
Oh, Islam, more Islam. Cool, Joe. You just made me think of it. It's just, Rod admires Taj, and we're seeing a grown.
Yeah, somebody was
try to get the clout off another grown man, sprinkled on with the fame and ability of the prophet.
No, somebody was saying that it was almost like he was, you know what I mean, getting the torch passed to him or something like that. Like, that's how the Moor said it. He thought that it was
like stepping. Oh, they did that.
You know what I mean? Like,
They
or
even
some
did that though. They asked. They went into. Did he think he was putting Taj in the back? They went into that towards the end, but
yeah, I even get that.
Taj
far.
never said yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just nodding.
he never said yeah. They just kind of like.
Yeah.
He said he recognized Ron as the cleaner.
Yeah. The cleaner. Right? The cleaner? That's what he is?
Wait a minute. Wait. Didn't he have? Remember when he was teaching Hassan? Didn't they used to have Hassan like cleaning the temple and all that? Is as far as a way to train him to the real knowledge come, and then while he's cleaning, he get to hear all the stuff that Taj was talking.
Stuff going on.
I remember. Yeah, I remember Hassan going into that, like Brother Hassan saying that when he was learning under Taj, he would be they would set him up to like clean the temple, but when he was cleaning, he would hear all of this knowledge that nobody would really get access to.
Yeah.
He said he did that for like a year or two. Sat under the master teacher cleaning. So that I don't know. I just thought of that when he said that he's the cleaner. I'm like, oh snap! Like the apprentice.
Yeah. And then if the great grandmamas and all that stuff sent you and all that, and Drew Ali sent you the picture of the whatever, why you Taj apprentice?
Again, more. He called himself Thoth. From the loins of Nu, the primordial ooze of the universe, sprang Ra. From the mouth or the lips of Ra, he spat Thoth with no mother. Like that's literally what the passage said. So he comes from he's the understudy of Taj. Oh, but he's also given jurisdiction by Larry Hoover.
Oh yeah, and Chief Malik.
Yep.
And Tookie Williams too.
Who was frozen, but he had him thawed out under Area 51.
Under. Hold on, there's more of those ones. Hold on. Let me find that one because this stuff is crazy. I swear this was some Minority Report or something. Jason Bourne or some shit. iRobot.
Just like you said, Grand Sheik, I started watching it while I was. So I'm listening as I'm doing, tending to my children for the summer or whatever. So I'm up and about doing stuff. It just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't want to hear this shit. like seriously, it got to that point. I just turned it off. I was like, Cujo, I'm sure somebody gonna do a video on it tomorrow. I get in on that. That'd be way more interesting than this.
Straight up.
That's Morocco, etc. That venue is dead. That is only for the seas or for under what they call the Holy See. And we're not just talking about the water or Admiralty law. We're talking about the Pope of Rome. And so the deal of it is someone had to speak up and dethrone their claim of unum sanctum, dum diversus, inter caetera divina,
Apple bulls,
QB Act, all the bulls, and all the bullshit that went with it.
And I did that, and that's also recorded in the public domain.
Exactly.
See, I went after the three city states.
Exactly.
See, I went after the three city states.
Or Admiralty law, we're talking about the Pope of Rome. And so the deal of it is someone had to speak up and dethrone their claim of unum sanctum, dum diversus, inter caetera divina,
Apple bulls,
QB Act, all the bulls, and all the bullshit that went with it.
And I did that, and that's also recorded in the public domain.
Exactly.
See, I went after the three city states, and when I overthrew the Vatican, this is when they started using the holographic Pope.
Yes.
More.
When I overthrew,
we talking about Pokemon cards, holographic Joe Francis. Listen, more holographic Francis and holographic John Paul II. No, we're not doing that. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't do this, more. I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Again, and then again. Remember, Tosh told him right to his face because right before that, Tosh told you that it's all bullshit. Right before that.
Yeah.
Right before that, he told you that it was bullshit.
No, okay, now, hold on. Now, Morris.
Hold on a sec. Sham got back. Let's get shot because I know his phone probably dropped because. But just remember, we're on the point of Kirkman Bay being his authority or whatever.
Yeah,
just so we don't get lost.
Shamatar cleaned off.
We'll just take a yield. We'll take a yield from Rod for a second, and we'll get Sham God back in. Peace, Sham God.
Peace. Yeah, this phone did something I never saw it do more. So I hope everybody understands like how important this is. You know what I'm saying? We've been kind of playing around. Yo, my phone, I swear that joint almost caught on fire, more. I don't know what happened. Shut everything down.
Hellfire.
Hellfire happened. You're the last thing that you got the last question that we asked?
No, I didn't get anything more. What happened?
Oh, no. So we were asking, so if it's not Bailey L, you were saying that it's R. Jones Bay. So we're saying that if it's R. Jones Bay, are you saying that it's the Kirkman Bay line? That's the authority of the Moor Science Temple?
I'm saying the authority, there's one temple, and that's R. Jones Bay. More, you just got to go through the history. You're going to see everybody who go for.
He said, yeah.
No, I'm saying, so once we go through the history, and I just want confirmation from you that once we go through the history and we find out that R. Jones Bay is connected to Kirkman Bay, not Mealy L, that's who you're saying the authority, the lineage authority comes from, to be R. Jones Bay right now.
Oh, yeah, I remember where we left off. So what I was saying was, when we're dealing with a body politic, right, you have to have deference to the will of the people. If the people never went with Kirkman Bay, they would have stayed with Millie Yale, and that would have continued the line going. We have to deal with reality more.
But how are they gonna stay with Kirkman Bay if Drew Ali told Moors not to mark their fezzes and Kirkman Bay had a mark fez?
And Genoba Drali talked to Millie L and gave him one of the oral statements to do what I tell you, don't do what they tell you. And if these people don't follow you, they have nothing left to do but to die.
You would have to go back 90 years and ask all the Moors who chose to follow Kirkman Bay that question, not me.
I got the problem.
You got to deal with things as they are. You do more because that's what a body politic is. See,
I deal with the prophet. I don't deal with the other Moors that sold him out and killed him.
Brother Cap said, this is what we don't understand.
It's Kasir, like not Kapsir.
Kasir. What I said was,
Kasir.
Kasir. What I said was, right? What I said was, you have to go with the line of succession. No matter what happens to a government, the government, whatever happens to a government, that government remains the same. They just have a new administration.
The line of succession was Emilio.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. What I'm telling you is, if you understand that the Moor Science Temple was a body politic and a perpetual government for the Moors, then you would start to understand what I'm saying to you. Regardless,
so the Moors can have say so over the prophet.
The prophet wasn't there. The prophet wasn't there. The prophet wasn't there in the physical.
The prophet left it to Emilio.
The prophet was not there. The prophet was not there in the physical form.
He left it to Emilio.
It's documented.
He left it to Millie. Why are you trying to dance over what I just presented to you? I don't understand.
Are you not hearing what you're saying?
You gotta prove it's BS. Cujo, you gotta prove it's BS. You can't just keep saying it's BS.
Noble Drew Ali told the Moors in the oral statements, right, that Moors shouldn't mark their fez. Did he not?
What does that have to do with what I presented, Cujo? That's what I'm asking.
Because
I'm dead serious though.
You're acting crazy.
Let me answer your question. The individual that you're telling me I should ride with, R. Jones Bay, because he's the authority right now as supreme grand advisor and moderator and all that stuff. That line goes back to Kirkman Bey, who had a marked fez. In the literature that I have, Noble Drew Ali told Moors not to mark their fez. So why
is that incorporated temple a 501c3?
Let me address Cujo first, right? So Cujo,
somebody who had a marked fez?
Cujo, what does that have to do with the science of a body politic? What does that have to do with a governing body of Moors or a state? I'm trying to understand what a mark fez has to do with that, bro.
Because Noble Drew Ali don't mark your fez. What do you mean? What does a marked fez have to do with it?
It's called infiltration of a Shriner in
Moor
face.
Pictures boldly. He had bold pictures, whether it was the convention pictures of the 30s or whether it was his own little photo album. He had pictures with marked fezzes. I never seen him ever in a clean fez. A marked fez is a traitor of is the sign of a sellout.
Yeah,
because that means
he wore clean fezzes before. He wore clean fezzes before.
Yeah, and then why did he mark it? So why did he start wearing marked ones?
Stop the foolishness.
Why did he start wearing marked ones?
Stop the foolishness. Stop this.
All the Moors wore plain fezzes under Kirkman Bey. So if this, see, I could understand if everybody under Kirkman Bey,
when he started,
I could understand if everybody under Kirkman Bey began to wear marked fezzes, you might have some type of valid claim. But you're not understanding what I'm laying out. If there's a body,
bro, he's the leader.
No, Cujo.
Nah, don't do it, Cujo. Don't do it, Cujo.
So
don't do it, Cujo. Don't do it. Don't run. Don't run.
Stop the dumb stuff.
All of that.
Don't run.
All Masons.
So y'all feel threatened?
Y'all Masons, bro.
You feel threatened?
Are you a Mason?
Hell no. Do you feel threatened, Kasir? Do you feel threatened? Hell no. You feel threatened, Kasir?
I feel like I'm on the line with a sellout dirty Moor that's in blackface.
What proof?
Playing
what
like
proof
he's
you
really
have
Moor.
in that? What proof you have of that, Kasir?
Because you're pushing a temple. Because you're pushing a temple that has redeemed itself in headquarters of Washington D.C.
We see the sellout. We see the sellout. We see the sellout the other night, bro. We seen the sellout the other night, Kasir.
Is there more Science Temple of America Incorporated in Washington D.C.? Hold up, is there Washington D.C.? Oh, there is. Why? Why? Is it right next to Dun and Bradstreet?
Let me ask you this: can a body politic choose to do what they want? Can a body politic? Kasir, don't get threatened, Kasir.
You are dirty.
Kasir, don't feel threatened.
No threat from a dirty Morisco. You disrespect your mother and forefathers.
Stop this.
You dirty Moor sitting up here with the damn temple from damn Washington D.C. I got all the papers from Philly.
We know
what y'all did.
Why you think we know who you are? Why you think
he need to get his hands cut off for the dirt and your tongue cut out for the dirt?
Like this. These are the type of Moor science temples that we're telling you not to be part of. These ones.
Mm-hmm.
These ones right here that
trying to lead y'all into a damn temple that citizens that naturalize people.
Sending their little minions for marked fez supreme grand advisors. That's who the authority is.
And what more? That mother, it was a mother who scimitarred the hell out of Taharka for being a child molester.
Yeah.
Taharka Bey is a child molester, courtesy of the mother. Then you ask that mother, yo, mother, what you doing? She's like, oh no, Cujo, I respect you. You scimitarred everybody, but I'm just doing this because people disrespected my gathering, my leaders. And you like, oh, who are your leaders? She said R. Jones Bey, and you like, all right. So my thing is, she's not with the temple no more, right? She's just doing that because of the they said, but she wasn't with it no more. Why she leave R. Jones Bey?
Yep. Yeah. Get him out of here. Yusuf yells in frustration. Yeah, we're not even going.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Then to keep us in dealing with stuff that don't have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Like we literally totally got far away from the point that like Braswell Bay is the head of all of that, and he made that joint church. And then you broke away when? Yesterday? You ain't no broke away. Like the prophet shut down all them temples, and then any temple that would start would be Miliel. Blue Caribbean Files.
All of them shut down because they were a fraud. They were the ones left prophet stuff on the street. What are you talking about? We're gonna go follow them.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who prophets going around pulling everybody's coattails or whatever, bringing them back into law, and he comes back and these people kicked him out of his own temple and talk about they're in his seat and they're the authority.
They the Walter Brister Alis,
Yeah.
the Thomas Paine Alis,
Yep.
and the John Given L Ali, and all this crap.
And the Ford Alis and the
Ford
He
Ali.
said
Gosh,
he
man, I
said
forgot
the
about that.
prophet wasn't around. That yeah, because they killed him. Those same
I hate these dirty Moors.
like,
I know we
what do
can't
you
hate,
mean?
but damn, you
Yeah, because
dirty.
they killed him.
Just,
What do you mean?
just like we said the other day, Grand Sheik, just like the prophet dealt with them damn snakes in the grass back then, we are what our foremothers and forefathers are without doubt or contradiction. So we got the damn same snakes in the grass now.
That's why the Shemitah has to swing, bro. It's for the prophet because it's latent energy. You're not gonna come up here and do nothing. You know what type of time we on right now?
In the 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, if those principles are violated, then justice must be served swiftly.
Especially that.
That part.
Islam, brother Fernando. I know you've been in there.
Islam, Grand Sheik.
More.
It's Islam, everyone else. Islam Moors.
Islam.
Just trying to comment, tune in, chime in, represent for the Spanish-speaking Moors, Latin-speaking Moors.
Islam.
I've been studying Moorish science since about 2018, so I'm pretty fresh into the game. But I know how to differentiate a dirty Moor from an honest Moor, and for the most part, Grand Sheik Cujo, you've been one of the most honest and straightforward Moors I've come across, aside from the master teachers, Asir and Grand Sheik Taj. Just listening in and trying to take notes and study.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, Islam Noble with this Latin, with this Moorish Latin that people be trying to say is fake, but then they say they call it Spanish. But anyway, we have something called you ever hear limpieza de sangre?
Limpieza de sangre, yeah, cleansing of the blood.
What? So do you not see what? That's what I see. This is in a form of, but it's just it's not the color banging. It's more so of the bloodline banging. Like we not Moors, we anything else but Moors. It's the same thing that they was doing with Christianity, because back in the Inquisition times, it wasn't based on color. It was just based on, religion or whatever, or what family you was tied to. So out of that Limpieza de Sangre, I see that they started what we know now as fraternal orders of brotherhoods and sisterhoods.
And started by the president, what's his name? The Mexican president that brought masonry to Mexico. Forget his name. But yeah, I'm familiar with what you're referring to.
Yeah. So there it goes. A masonry. Masonry. I can't stand masonry, fellas.
Benito Juarez, I think, was his name.
Benito Juarez.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look him up. But yeah, damn, Benito dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and shoot. Why? So they're gonna sit there and try to separate people like us by not ever referencing the 1845 Texas annexation of Texas, where they say in there and including in the Congressional Globe that the Moorish people and the Indian associates to whom Mexico truly belong.
Mm-hmm. And then the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo of 1848, February 2nd.
Yep. Y'all gotta look up Guadalupe. You already know, like, if you understand the Inquisitions, when the Moors was fighting to free the slaves that they was taking as Indians, a lot of stuff went down to Guatemala and Guadalupe. But look up Hidalgo and Fildago. That's a Spanish term that's talking about a second class nobility that came in here that we recognize as, being second class nobility to us. But that Hidalgo. Oh, brother, what's that? What is that? What does that mean as far as like how y'all look at it, like a Hidalgo?
A Fidalgo or Hidalgo?
Hidalgo.
Not sure. I'd have to look at how the word is spelled. Can you spell it for me?
It's Fildagl, I think. It's like Hidalgo, but Fildalgo.
Familiar with the word.
But you said there was another word, Ildago?
Well, Hidalgo. I mean, I thought I was referring to the treaty name, Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Yeah, look, you got to look that word up though. Look up what it means. It'd be like, what the hell?
Islam. Oh, brother Fernando, you have any message to the Moors out there who might be of the Moorish Latin persuasion with regard to the nationality and all that?
I mean, shoot, the proof is in the pudding, man. If you can speak and understand the language of Moorish Latin, then it just cross references so many English terms and then Latin terms. Obviously, it just makes so much more sense. It's I'm fortunate enough to be able to understand and speak both languages fluently. So um, it's uncanny how just how much truth is just in knowing the language itself. Like the
Privacy.
root word of like the root word of Morocco being morro, and morro meaning more in Spanish. So it's crazy.
You ever hear of Morocoyo?
No, I'm not familiar with the word morrocoyo.
I was looking at I was looking up like variations of Moor, and it said Morocoyo is it's like this the so-called Spanish started speaking it, but it came from Portugal, and it meant turtle.
I'm not familiar with the word. I know turtle in Spanish is tortuga.
Yeah, tortuga.
Crazy. Just in the language.
It just was making me trip. Like, wait, now what the hell? Morocoyo referencing turtle, but they call it Turtle Island. So it's just with a Portuguese. It's like speaking with Shay, like.
Morocoyo Island, not turtle. Oh yeah, this one was good too.
Only people that doesn't understand what needs to be done is the ones complaining.
Yeah.
I did the work and I exercised the jurisdictional claims of birthright. I overthrew the Vatican, the military industrial complex. I had to go one-on-one with artificial intelligence. They said that if I can't beat artificial intelligence, we was going to move to a techocracy. Right? So they gave him 4 points of quantum encryption.
Mm-hmm.
I came in at 12 points of quantum encryption. The AI couldn't keep up. It starts spitting out gibberish to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sound like gibberish to me.
They can't translate.
He said it sounded like gibberish to him. That shit sound like gibberish to me. I don't understand, and I comprehend extremely well.
Moore, play what he said. Shut the computer down, cause this gonna crack the hell up.
No claims of birthright. I overthrew the Vatican, the military industrial complex. I had to go one-on-one with artificial intelligence. They said that if I can't beat artificial intelligence, we was going to move to a techocracy. Right? So they gave him 4 points of quantum encryption.
Mm-hmm.
I came in at 12 points of quantum encryption. The AI couldn't keep up. It starts spitting out gibberish to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
right.
you lying. I know you lying.
What I'm saying when I give a knock to a knockback on the monkey flip, right? On the master grip, the computer already lost.
Stop.
Yeah. What the hell I just said?
Stop.
Not the master grip. Oh, I missed that. Not the master grip.
Why does the computer not understand masonry? The computer don't understand Freemasonry? A knockdown, a knockback.
The monkey grip with the master
A
grip.
monkey flip.
Monkey
With the
flip with the master grip.
Yeah, that's Masonic. That's some Masonic shit, bro. I'm sorry, but like Moors don't talk like that.
Yo.
If y'all notice, and then he's supposed to be
Man,
in
you
code.
can't make this stuff up, man. You can't.
You know what the master grip is? You ever see like like somebody grip somebody's hand when it looked like they didn't get the hand all the way and they like the hand should look all funny and you like squeezing the front couple fingers?
Yeah.
That's the master grip. And the lion's paw is the master mason. I mean, I studied all that handshake shit because it started messing me up when I start seeing the rappers handshaking like Masons.
Yeah.
Like Young Thug did this whole Young Thug jump. He did a handshake with Farrakhan where like they locked the four fingers and touched the thumbs. That's called the pass master mark. The pass mark of the pass grip of the mark master mason. So the person who's marked to become a master mason shakes the master mason Farrakhan's hand like that, and that's what Young Thug did. So
And
that whole thing is a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
Yep. Yep.
To get people to not stand on their square and try to sell drugs.
We've had a couple more. There's a couple more here. Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot this part. This part was crazy.
Gun running and human trafficking, so we seized that shit too.
Yes.
Right? A lot of people don't know that Wall Street has been seized on my watch.
Right on. Thank you.
Right? So now if you look around over the last 2 years and find out all these places they've been destroying as food places are GMOs and hormone-based production that's no longer going to be allowed.
In Russia, if people have been paying attention, those arch signs on all those burger joints, they're taking them all down. And so a lot of the patterns for the other political venues around the world is being demonstrated from Russia.
A lot of people don't know that Wall Street has been seized. All of the play out of Wall Street now is being used to steer public opinion. Wall Street was seized for concealing and laundering trillions of dollars in human trafficking money.
Yeah.
So I already told them to seize Wall Street, but not just Wall Street. They got something called the International Stock Exchange that trade globally.
Yes.
Also audited and discovered that they was laundering drug money, illegal gun running, and human trafficking. So we seized that shit
through the stock market.
Yeah. Right,
God, man, you can't.
Russia was invading Ukraine. They was closing down laboratories that was making poison to kill us over here.
Yes, absolutely true.
Stop, Taj, please.
So all the time they ain't telling you. You're not watching the signs and symbols. Because when Barbados flag came up, when they told you that the Queen no longer has jurisdiction in Barbados, the Barbados flag waves the flag colors of Ukraine, which tells Russia when to make the move.
What? So,
it was Brazil. Oh, God, it was Brazil.
You're telling me some 1966 flag people. Some 1966 flag people who just came to their senses yesterday and said, we're gonna stop dealing with the Queen, right? They gave the call to Ukraine because they have the same colors, but Ukraine's flag is from 1991, and none of these people are ancient. And matter of fact, the Barbadian flag actually means separation from the Queen.
Yeah. Yes. The
So
pitchfork.
If their flag means separation from the Queen, how come they just started saying that they're separating from the Queen yesterday?
They late. 200 years late.
And all you people are late if you're listening to Rod Hayes. You're late.
And look, he messing people's heads up. Because I'm not saying whatever with Barbados, if whatever his receipt showed him. But y'all need to go look up the BRIMI, or the BRIMI, which is the uniting of Brazil, Russia, India, Malaysia, and Indonesia. That's the return to the Tartar. Later, the prophet said it'll be your brothers from the Holy Lands to. Y'all gotta read this stuff again. He said all of this stuff. It's just that it was too. We got in arguments with black people to try to figure out what it even meant when all of it's happening right now. Like if you're a Moor right now, you understand the prophet's words. Every day is like it's just every day is prophecy. It's so happy. It's so good to be a Moor right now. It's not even. It doesn't even make sense.
Be a Moor at this point in time is bonus.
This dude is doing a lot of. Because I was going to bring this to the Moors, but I figured, we already got our own. The prophet kind of is the only thing that made it good. I did a little bit, but about the QAnon stuff. Remember that like a minute ago? I had brought that to the Moors, but I only like it because it's just it basically seconds what the prophet was doing and talking about. But all of the stuff that is happening right now, they put this stuff on 4chan and backdoor internet channels in like 2017 when Trump first got in. And all of this stuff that's happening now, it was already in all them Q posts. This dude is mixing that stuff in there too.
Yeah.
Man, because he know people don't know, our people don't know about that Q stuff like that. You got the right one, baby. I know about it.
Yeah.
People keep looking at what they think is images, what some other idea of what they think is supposed, you're supposed to come in some kind of silk suit, with 5 diamonds around your nose type thing. Well, guess what? Brother Rod come, and guess what? He's so down to earth that it makes some people feel uncomfortable. He's so real about it and blunt about it and alpha about it that it makes a lot of people that don't have testicles uncomfortable. And rather than them admit that they haven't done their job, they want to attack the messenger. However, he ain't worried about it. And guess what? Neither am I. Get the work done. We don't need no damn titles. Thank you so much.
Listen, okay, that's the and drop
another thing is different if I came to toot my own horn. I'm not here to toot. I'm not telling everybody this is about me. This is about the collective.
Hold on a second.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
Where I want to do a little short video. Tell y'all officially that I am the official master of masters, master of the self-raised masters,
self-raised,
King of Kings, Lord of Lords, having followed all of the signs across all of the times, understanding the agenda and executing the plan. It's come to discover that officially King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the official master of masters, master of.
And drugs just must have just kicked in when he was saying that, John. Because that's crazy.
Master of the self-proclaimed masters. But this isn't
Lord
about
of
him.
Lords, King of Kings.
Lord of Lords, but this isn't about him though.
What is that? Diet Islam?
King of Kings, but this is not about him though.
He the Bay of Bays, the LLs.
He's the master that's gonna bring the unity of the whatever, but he's not feeding his own horn though.
Oh, what is Taj talking about? They just don't have testicles. What women? He offends women? What are you talking about? He's just too alpha. No, Taj, he's mixing and scratching, Taj. Come on, Taj. No, don't do this. How much did they pay you?
We're talking about this. We're talking about this. We already know that freaking Taj ain't on YouTube watching these people talk crazy. We already know. He doesn't know anything that's been going on. He doesn't know that he said Moors are black. He doesn't know that Rod Hayes says, that Taj said he taught you how to control the straw man. He never told you none of that.
Nope.
Never brought up none of that.
Oh man.
Taj is ignorant to certain things. You know, like when you got to like right now you got the little thing, what do you call it? The freaking shit that you say, play the music and it plays it.
Yep.
Right? And then Taj still trying to put the A track and stuff.
Right. Yep.
That's what's going on.
Hey Pops, that dude you was on there with, I don't think he all right. He's not right. Who? The guy, the dude, the Rod guy. Oh, I like Rod. Rod's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's down to earth. That's him. He don't know that Rod is like Stove. He don't know. Rod is Stove.
I told you earlier, Green Sheik. That's like, your grandmother on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, she got to put her glasses on to see, and look over her glasses as she's trying to figure out which button it is to get on TikTok. And we think Taj is doing that. Like, oh yeah, he just scrolling. Go right on his YouTube account and watch and type in Rod Hayes. That's not your grandma.
Well, they're shutting you down, Yusuf.
Yep, trying to shut him down, man. That's that same double-edged sword we was just speaking of the other night again, Grand Sheik. It's like the internet in this day and age of information is so vital and so important, but at the same time, any clown can go on the internet and find anybody or anything to back up any false, fake ass claim that they got.
Crazy.
And the followers will come. If I build it, they will come. And they sure enough, these idiots, their followers will come.
Yep. And they were in there last night. I think like 800 or something.
Thick, yeah, they was in there thick. Oh, I can't wait for this one. This one gonna be a good one. They want to see some action, looking for some fire.
Didn't see nothing. It was a bunch of smoke. Nothing. All it was ass kissing. That's all. No knowledge. Because remember, this is House of Reawakening Minds. Before it went online, he was saying the same stuff that he's been telling them for the past 50 years. The redundancy. Ain't nothing new. It's the same stuff over and over again, which is why Moors go study, so that they're not caught up in that time loop. And then 5 years have passed and you watch 80,000 videos of Taj on House of Reawakening Minds, thought you learned something. You didn't learn jack. Because you even get one of the lesson books. Matter of fact, you don't even have the thumb drive. And guarantee if you have the thumb drive, you ain't been through that studying. Because you shouldn't have time to be going on any online whatever if you have the thumb drive. If you say study like that, you shouldn't even. Moors used to go to the library. And when they're at the library, they got 50 books around them. Because when they gave this librarian one subject matter or whatever like that, they're coming back with all this stuff. Because Moore went in there on the square and talked to them in intelligent tone, and they let them in the back and gave them books that they ain't even on the shelf, having to do with the Moors and Moorish history and Moorish law and whatever else Moorish you want to find out. That's how it's supposed to be. You'll have 500 pages open on your thing trying to learn this stuff. But that's not what they're about. That's not what they're about. You know? And again, just go to just look up House of Reawakening Minds thumb drive.
and see what comes up online. And I bet you they're gonna have an email telling you, well, you contact us to get the thumb drive. Now keep in mind, all you have to do is have a thumb drive and push it in Taj's computer, and he's just giving you the stuff for free. Keep that in mind when you get hit up for 50 notes or something like that, or when you get hit up for 100 or 500 for the thumb drive, that everybody's gonna pretend like, you know, they didn't try to monopolize it. When Moore's been had that thumb drive, same thumb drive, ain't nothing new getting added onto there or whatever. It's just what it is. And you can't even get the thing now without putting some finance in. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. Because they're supposed to be about the people. It's supposed to be about the people, getting their mind right, not getting played around with. And last night was just you getting played around with. Just playing around with you. And they dragged the master teacher in to play with you. Because they already know he don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on online. He don't know what's going on with these dirty Moors out here. You play like, oh yeah, Moore's gonna talk crazy about me. It doesn't matter and all that stuff. He doesn't know the lengths that people go with regard to slander the Moorish movement. You know the lengths that people go. Because they ain't online like that. But then somebody just like we say, somebody show me a Rod Hayes VHS that he did. Let me see a VHS tape of Rod Hayes. Let me see that. Pull that up. I want to see that.
I go back so far as saying, show me a newer DVD that he didn't put out that's worth anything.
Islam Wars.
Please, Moore.
Islam Wars. Yeah. Can I interject right quick? Camelback off this a few more right quick. I want to add this in. The gifts of understanding are the treasures of Allah, and He appointed to everyone his portion, in what measure seemeth good unto himself. Hath He endowed thee with wisdom? Hath He enlightened thy mind with the knowledge of truth? Communicate it to the ignorant, for their instruction communicated to the wise, for thine own improvement. True wisdom is less presuming than folly. The wise man doubteth often, and changeth his mind. The fool is obstinate, and doubteth not. He know all things, but his own ignorance. Islam, Moors, Islam. Islam. So, when I looked at the show last night at the presentation, and I just was saying to myself, "Oh my God, what is the meaning of this?" Is Rod Hayes is gonna unite the Indians up under the Moors, and we all gonna come sit down together, and it's gonna be certain jurisdictions that he's gonna be in control of, since he's growth and development and all that, right? Since he think that Moors don't understand that type of talk. I come from that. Okay. So when he start talking like that, and then start sending Masonic gestures at the same time, and then Taj is scimitaraing them at the same time, you see what I'm saying, on certain objects, because when Taj was saying you have to be Moorish and you have to have a pedigree, okay, which everybody is, when you look at it, their pedigree is Moorish or Moor, you know what I mean? So, you can get tribal all you want to. You can get tribal all you want to, because we came from tribes of Tartary and Barbary. Then we mixed in with those tribes from different tribes, because we all were melanated Moors. That's why our estate is so vast. The Prophet already told this. We have everybody's bloodline because they came from us. Now, when he's up there presenting those miscellaneous claims that he's interjecting, I'm just sitting up there laughing to myself, because I'm trying to figure out what is the point, or what are you trying to get everybody together up under a certain banner so everybody can come to the table and then move forward? Because that's the only reason why I can see this lecture even going about. Because at the end of the day, it's Moors out here that really stand on these principles. Okay, so when these two came together, you know what I'm saying, Gresham? It's like, to me, I'm laughing at the same time because I'm trying to figure out where are they going with this. Like, what's the scope? We already know that we have certain divisions of Moors and Indians that call themselves Aboriginals and all this, that, and the third. We already know that. But what's gonna happen? And this going on, moving on, is he's gonna be in that jurisdictional province to straighten out all the damn Indians then, Chief? What they saying? That's all I have to interject. More, I yield the floor.
Islam, more.
That's where Nipsey Hussle left off at. But he had already had the gangs united and supposed to be meeting with the police for the gangs to police their own neighborhoods.
That's right, Kasir. That's right, and that's why we're trying to see what's going on, Mr. Rod Hayes. Is you doing that? Is you about to? Because that's what growth and development is about. It's uniting all the gangs up under one banner, up under the nationality. And that's what it's about.
I would just go to propose. Who is more known, Nipsey Hussle or Rod Hayes? What gang members is about to listen to this dude? Like, I got homies isn't on at that time, but there ain't nobody trying to listen to no YouTube about what we be talking about. Like, they don't listen to that. They out there in the streets where stuff is really happening and bullets fly and get the children out of the streets and all that. Like, it's real. See, we are getting overly indulged with false reality. Like YouTube with some dude talking about that he about to save something, but then go outside. Morris, look around your neighborhood. There is a bunch of chaos going on.
Right here in your neighborhood, right in your community. Right in your community. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, this Rod Hayes guy, he's speaking on his GD stuff, right? And he's speaking on, you need and Larry Hoover and all this, that, and the third. So if you didn't get rid of the Queen and all that, why you ain't get Larry Hoover out?
I mean, he has astronomical claims of all types of stuff. But
no, I'm just saying, Morris. Let's stop. We're gonna beat this motherfucking pinata down. We're gonna beat the pinata down more because we don't got time for this bull crap more. Like, we're gonna beat this piano down. Yeah, everybody get a swing. Everybody gets a swing. We're having a Morris Mexican fiesta right now. Arriba!
Like, what? So like, but no, I'm saying, if he's, so why are you, okay, what he's doing is like saying, I'm not a Moor, I just need to come and rise the 5%ers up, because that's who's gonna get us out of this mess. See, once they fell asleep, that's basically what he's doing. He don't want to go back to the source. He wants to go into one of the off branches of when we was messing up, gangs. But because he doesn't say the El Rukin. He don't say that.
He don't say none of that.
He said the Black Pea Stones.
Yeah.
He didn't even name the El Rukin. I'm like,
you gotta name the El Rukins. You gotta name the El Rukins. You gotta name the BDs. You gotta name the BGDs. You gotta name the Pea Stones. You gotta name the goddamn Latin Kings. You gotta name the Vice Lords. You gotta name every last one of these because they come up under our goddamn flag in the banner with the principles.
But the gangs, that's what I'm saying. That whole thing is lost its way to becoming killing squads of each other. Right. Instead of reconstruction, construction of the community reconstruction and progress and all that, the Blood Brothers and the from God's disciples to grass and development, from that all of them. To killing everybody over crack cocaine.
Right, more because
and they can't stop. And they just can't stop. It's like, man, that's a heathen class now.
Right.
I'm a Moor, so I just consider them you too far gone. You're not human no more like that. Like you will kill your own, shoot at each other. Don't even care if babies outside. You're not human. You're not human no more because humans preserve life. Y'all push death, sell death, and then sit up there like, oh man, they just attacking us. Stop it. No
Right.
excuse for you, heathens. No excuse.
Right.
No excuse.
Just like that brother White. He's the funny brother. What's his name? White. I know his,
that agent.
yeah, that agent, but he's funnier than a motherfucker. He said all you niggas out here doing is killing and robbing and shooting and singing about it, and then influence the children to go out here and do the same damn thing. It's a never ending cycle with this hip hop, which is not hip hop, is rap industry taking over with the fucking LGQT bullshit crap in the damn inside the sauce. It's like ragu. They mixing all type of toxic, all unnecessary endangerment influences, and then you got pedophile motherfuckers like Tahaka Bay running around here doing dumb shit. You think Moors don't look? I'm gonna tell you like this, Moors. A lot of these damn Moors that's been running around here thinking that they untouchable, thinking that Moors can't do shit to them. But it's gonna be a new day, and every last one of these damn Moors that's playing in this damn movement, y'all gonna be held for treason. Period.
Islam.
Facts.
Islam, Morris.
How y'all doing, man? I got a couple of pearls, man. Before I lose my signal, man. Number one, he brought up Farrakhan's wife.
Oh yeah.
That tells you he's a fucking agent. And number two, Noble Joe Ali say, take your affairs of men so you can cast your free national vote. So if we're gonna have a matriarch, it's supposed to be voted in. Is that not civics?
Yes.
So on top of that, he never denied El Moroccan when Taj say that. He just said the political, whatever Taj said, the political jurisdiction of Moorish American. But on our paperwork, it does say descendants of El Moroccan. So I know that word game.
Yeah, Moore. That's in the lapel, Moore. He's putting it in the lapel. You know the Masonic justice, the powerful, the Masonic two grip, Moore. Fuck out of here.
Right, but he confusing the ones instead of just, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, oh my God. So, and then he made this claim, right? He made this claim that he did X, Y, and Z, right?
Yep.
Now I'm gonna interject myself in there. If he said he made that fucking claim, I was on C-SPAN talking to the Pope. So he said he has mole up. I'm gonna be egotistic for 1 minute. You say your birth. Hold up, and I'm Washington, right? So he said he more closer to the throne than me, bruh. You fucked up. You fucked up when you said that, bruh. And I'm just saying, you did this. Cujo been putting in work. Taj been putting up work. Prince, what's his name? Ariel Bay. Hakeem Bay. So what you mean you did all of that? Man, Duke, Asir, come on, man. Like, are you serious, son?
Single L. Everybody, we can name a lot of Moors that been putting in work. What the fuck are you talking about?
But watch this. Prophet, Prophet Noble Joe Ali put the work. He put the nail in the coffin. So what you talking about? So that right there is like, dude, you're an agent, bro. And you keep saying that. Yeah. Now the only thing that was true that I agree with when Taj was talking about the sheiks. Okay, I agree with that bullshit. But dude, you coming in and say, "Oh, we got to get back to our tribal and shit." Okay, I hear that. But all that other shit talking about, we got to do this and do that. Homie, I ain't falling for that. Now, if you say that Moorish America is a political, I can see you saying that. But on our paperwork, it says the descendants of Moroccans. And it says El Moroccan birthright. Right? That's what it says, right? Does it not, Moor?
Al Maricanos.
Yep.
Maricons, Al Maricanos.
Okay,
Maricons.
So when he say Moors don't know about civics and don't know the pedigree, I gotta ask you, Taj and Raz, what are you talking about? Because this is what you taught for years, right? for years.
Man, this
And
shit
when a
is
more
making me
go
mad.
beyond that and say El Moroccan, oh no, the political jurisdiction,
Oh,
but he said it and he draw. That tells me, and then he said Farrakhan wife,
yeah. When he said
dude.
Farrakhan, that was the killer.
Yeah,
I,
that was the topper
off
right there.
off
Yeah.
with his head. I
Yeah.
mean that.
Ooh.
Are you serious? And then gonna say, are you crazy when we know they got nationality cards in their pocket? And
Yeah.
then you say
Islam.
she has to be a partner, so you have all these sisters. Better yet, hold on, Cujo. What's that sister that rap?
Roots K.
What's that?
Yeah. Roots K. Roots K.
They showing
They trying
time.
to break them up, Morris. They trying to break them up.
C-SPAN got them tight. C-SPAN got YouTube tight.
Yo, tight. Tight.
Real tight, more.
Why do our
That was good, man.
receipts like have like full life? Our receipts have full life. They're like living, breathing Moors. Our receipts like come up and pop up on the damn panel. It's crazy.
Right.
That's it.
Islam, Cujo. Islam.
Islam,
What's
Noble.
good? Islam. Islam Noble.
Islam, more.
Shit was crazy. Yes, last night. I couldn't believe my yes.
I never heard you curse before. I never heard you curse before. They got opposite.
I don't want to play holy now either, you know?
Yeah, boy. Give it to him, more.
Everybody was hot. Everybody was
The
hot.
shit came true. The shit about Sabich also came true. I spoke with Noble Kasir, who's on the live feed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew it before. I knew it. Without even using a crystal ball, I started coming.
Yeah.
The same with Rod Hayes. Who the fuck is he?
Without the crystal ball.
Fuck boy. Yeah, who's that? Who's that? The pendejo. Who's that pendejo? Who's that pendejo like Rod Hayes? Yeah, we need to keep on. I'm ready. I'm ready.
See this guy,
I'm ready to
number one
smoke.
bullshit. Number one bullshitter.
Yeah,
Word. Right on. Right on, MSI Bay. Y'all,
I can't
shit is
believe
crazy.
that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he said he did all of this. Bro, I was on fucking C-SPAN.
Neither do I.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I know. You was on C-SPAN. I know, brother. I remember to this day.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the ethers. It's in the record book of the ethers. He's supposed to be Thoth. How come we don't know about that one on the goddamn Emerald tablets? Because it's recorded. It's definitely recorded.
Yeah.
Man, these people are sick.
Putting in work as if Moore's never put in work pre him.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing to show, just talking. That's all I do, just talking. Headshot.
like an ass popping. Like an ass popping.
Just like Brother Tariq said when he met Severe, goddamn, told Severe told him, don't worry about the lecture. We're just gonna buy these books and give me a donation. You see what I'm saying? That type of shit there. What the fuck is that, man?
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah, what is that, man?
Man, what is this matriarch? He talking about the matriarch. Okay, yeah, because you studied Moorish science. Yeah, okay, so Moorish American. Okay, but guess what? Taj and Raj, we can say El Moroccan all day. We not against that. But all that rhetoric and stuff, we are for the matriarch. But guess what? If the first principle is civics, right? And he did expose the Holy Science Temple of America. Now that I can agree with him saying that. But you gonna agree with, and Taj agreed with Farrakhan's wife. He never, not one time, interject and said, "Nah, I don't think. I think we have to vote." All he said was, "It got to be unanimous and organic if they accept her."
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he was talking in codes to
That's
him.
cold, more. That's cold, more. That is
That's
cold.
cold, right?
Yeah, Todd just telling him in his face, but not trying to scimitar him in front of the live. Is hell no, they're gonna have to vote on that more. Like, and there's no within
See,
our
that's what
shit.
that's what
See what I'm
get me
saying?
tight with these Masons.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't like about the
They're
Mason
not being,
conversations because it got to be all
because
of
they're
this.
not,
No, hold
yeah.
on, hold on. It got to be all this code talk. Hold
Code
up.
talk. Yeah,
Code
right.
talk, yeah.
He's right
It
to
got to
say
be all
it's
this
right,
code
Noble.
talking. It got to be all
Right.
of this. You just can't say
Blue
what it
lights,
is. Like yo,
about blue lights and red lights, like Scottish right.
they're going into all of this other stuff and the
Mm-hmm.
claims.
Yeah.
The claims. The
Straight
claims should just be
bogus.
every conversation.
He was
This dude be.
he was
He
also
just
talking
makes
to the
stuff up.
gangs,
Yeah.
man.
So
He
Big
was
Mama
talking
appointed me.
gang secret talk too.
Yeah,
That's what he was
too.
talking to the
Yeah.
gangs,
Yeah.
bro. He was
Yeah.
talking to the gangs too. You heard me?
Yeah, that's why the whole
Yep.
thing was set up the way it was, because it was all gang talk and it was jurisdictional recognition more. That's what I got out of this shit. You see what I'm saying? But other Moors who's not,
But is
you know what I mean? Other Moors
who is listening to him?
yeah,
As far
but
as that, is
that's
the gangs
right.
listening? The
Right.
gangs, do
They're
they
not
look
gonna
at Rod Hayes like, all right, we're gonna follow what
Bad
he's saying?
fellows.
right. Right.
And if it's not, then what are you really doing? Like I'm pretty sure gangs ain't listening to him.
Well, he brought it. They brought us together. They keep bringing us together. You hear me? That's the only thing I can see the good out of that bullshit. You hear me? Fucking shit
Right.
show. And Dr. Naila just sitting there. Oh my God, the chat. Oh my God, the chat. I'm like,
Dark.
what the hell? And then I
Dark.
see Moors in the chat like, y'all gonna let him get away with saying he not a Moor? What do you mean? Okay, drop the Moorish American. We El Moroccans. For political status, we Moorish American. We understand that lesson and we can comprehend quickly, Taj. You don't got them old Moors no more.
Right.
And guess what? You need to thank Canaanland Moors to make sure. Like,
Straight
keep it a
up.
buck, man.
Back to basics. Playlist still up there.
Because we're not gonna let these motherfuckers just bulldoze us and think we just gonna lay down. Fuck all that bullshit. There's no more of that.
Not on my watch.
Not more of that.
Cause
No.
we ain't had no convention since 1928, and we ain't vote no damn. Nobody even said we didn't say that Rod could speak on our dirty matters.
Mm-hmm.
We never told him like, yo, Rod, go handle that.
No, Dr. Ailila did that. She made that call. Think about it. She the Moabite. No, she the Moabite. So guess what? Just because she did that, she needs to be held responsible.
Yep.
Period.
Oh yeah, you know her responsible. You know her responsible.
She just want them views to keep going.
Yeah, because you can tell by her platform that it don't be no real Moors coming through there until Taj come on there. That's the only time I watch this shit any damn way. It's long.
If anybody really in the study and watches it, that's about the only time. And maybe if a Sears on there, which is that's only 2 times or something like that. All these years, 2 times. And what Raz never, Cujo never.
And then Morris, let me speak on this. Let me speak on this Lamont. Let me speak on this Lamont. Let me speak on this Lamont shit, Morris. Let's speak on that shit, more. The fuck out of here. FOH. Out of here.
Squatter boy. You know what's crazy? I wonder if his adverse claim was the one that made Jamal's so hard to go through, because he was living in the fucking mansions.
doing agent provocateur shit. More.
Oh yeah, hold on. We got one. We got one that we agree with though from last night. We got one we agree with from last night.
Jurisdictions around the world who've been sending coffee here is not allowed to send coffee here no more either. So they're gonna run out of that too. And so like we've been telling people for the last 7 years, Doc, we've been telling people that the nations are gonna stop trading with them and that they're gonna have a feedback loop. and all of the de facto agencies that they set up, that the people have been investing in, is going to fail them. And so, just like Rod said, he ain't got to prove nothing. All he got to do is state it, put it in the ethers. And the deal of it is, they ain't getting past this generation. They're going to experience it.
Here's a question. Does this mean that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Consular Court, etc., is no longer valid?
Whoa!
Hold on then.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there, Morris. Pause that right there, Morris.
Mix
Pause
that
it.
in with that. Oh, more. Somebody got the treaty on it.
Look, Morris. That's why I said what I said, more about the fucking consulate court, because they already know the shit was fucking fraudulent. Anyway.
No, more. Let the treaty. We gotta Shamatar her with exactly what she just said.
Okay, get the treaty out,
Article
more.
21.
Yeah. Somebody can pull the treaty up. You want me to do it?
That was a question she was asking from the chat. That was a question she was asking from the chat. Hold on. Let's just go back a second.
If it's not 21, it's 20. One of them.
Okay, article. Okay, hold on.
I wish I was at the crib so I could look at the Arabic translation. That don't even give a better description of it.
Yeah. Come on, pull up.
See, their plan was to use holograph, but that's been intervened. That's number one.
Yeah.
So Rod,
even the nation states or the political jurisdictions around the world who've been sending coffee agencies that they set up, that the people have been investing in, is going to fail them. And so, just like Rod said, he ain't got to prove nothing. All he got to do is state it, put it in the ethers.
All right, Morris, I got it.
They're going to experience it.
Okay, I got it right here. Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Article 20. If any of the citizens of the United States or any persons under their protection shall have any disputes, with each other, the council shall decide between the parties. And whenever the consul shall require any aid or assistance from our government to enforce his decisions, it shall be immediately granted to him. If any citizen of the United States should kill or wound a Moor, or on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country shall take place, and equal justice shall be rendered. The council assisting at the trial, and if any delinquent shall make his escape, the council shall not be answerable for him in any manner whatever. So that's in Article 21.
And when you read the Arabic translation, it says the Council of the United States of America.
Right.
And then it says in our country or whatever. What was the John that said that they needed help?
If they needed help, hold up. I'm gonna go right there. Hold up. Hold up. Go back to 20. Right here. It says, shall have any disputes. Okay, we're gonna read the whole shit over again. Okay. If any of the citizens of the United States or any persons under their protection shall have any disputes with each other, the council shall decide between the parties. And
stop right there.
Okay.
Now, it said anybody under the under the authority of the United States and their parties. So if they have a dispute with each other, who's to see it out?
It's the parties need to be seeing out. The council. The council sees it out. Yeah, the council sees it out between the parties. Yes.
But that's for United States citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And it said if they need help, what do?
They get the Moors to assist them.
Hey. So and then in the Arabic translation, when it said our domain or whatever, it literally said America in parentheses. So it's letting you know that the Moors was here, and then the governmental position was called Pasha. They said the Moors would you would be directed to the Pashas.
Yep.
Not our the our land or whatever. It said the Pashas. So I'm just like, man, like.
And the Pashas are the ones that are head of the administration to make sure everything runs fairly between both nations. So you won't be held accountable for fictitious and bull crap. You see what I'm saying? Because when we live in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, that's the only thing we are worried about is Emmett Tilling us. You can't Emmett Till a Moor. You're not going to Emmett Till a Moor, Mr. Karen or Mrs. Karen.
And then the Pasha, it's even better because in America, Pasha, I told y'all this before, it's Pacha, like Pacha. Pacha. That's literally it's a couple Mayans that had that title.
Right.
And so when he talking about Big Mama, there's La Pachamama.
La Pachamama.
Like the feminine form of Allah. Like
or Guida Bay Ada Bay, yeah, because she's the matriarch. Period. She's the deity. Period. So what Moors don't get, what they don't get, because the fez that we wear on our head is in representation of the womb, and we have an umbilical cord. So what they don't get.
That's another thing. He said that like last night or the night before when he was on there with Rich, he said that there was a war between the fezzes and the feathers. The feathers won, and that's why the fezzes are mad. But when he was on there with Taj, he says there was a war between us and them. We won.
Because he wanna confuse Moors again. Moors are never Moors. What Moors lost was the indoctrination war. That's what Moors lost. We've been mentally enslaved because back in the Inquisition, they was going after Saracens and pagans because we didn't want to conform to Christianity. Okay. Who was doing that? Moriscos, right? Okay. But go ahead, Moore.
They're trying to speak in a form that like the Fez is foreign to America. Yeah. But if you check the totem poles of all the indigenous people, especially up there in Canaanland, you'll see something. Look up the welcoming women totem. Look up welcoming woman totem. That Fez wearer is the mother, and her arms are out welcoming her children of foreign nations.
Because
the welcoming
party.
delegate. So watch this, Morris. The welcoming delegate is a woman. What was Tanneman doing? Tanneman delegate is a woman with her arms open with a fez on. Look it up. It's on totem. Tanneman standing with his arms open with a fez on, but they call him Tammany.
Yeah.
The sons of Tammany. He's not allowed to be a delegate, guys. I told you the guys that before. Like the fact that like the Moors got sold out, 1682, Pennsylvania. Moors got sold out because they agreed to call it Pennsylvania, not Shakamexon.
Yeah, and then 1774, your nationality got taken away too through all the confusion. Then the re-indoctrination of the school system that been indoctrinating Moors since the start of the United States Corporation, which they cooled. Go ahead, Moore.
Oh no, I was listening to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, because they cooled the government. So people got to understand that that's why nationality is so important, because we under provisions up under the Inquisition, up under military Inquisition at that, and they never took the fucking war tactics off. We still at war here because they never came out. They never went back into the peace. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all watch that show Family Feud, right?
Yeah, I watch it sometimes. I'm not a big fan.
That's a Masonic code of Black's Law Dictionary, that show. And look who running now. Steve Harvey, bald ass. But Chris Lom. Family Feud is talking about the family field or the family fee or the family thief or the family feud of the private family war. That's what feudal law is about, private family war. Who's the family? The Moors and the Christians.
Yep.
What side you on? You on the Christian side?
I'm on the Moor side. I'm on the Moor side. I will slay a Christian. Cursed heathens.
You on the side that's going against Drew Ali that says give Christianity back?
They all cursed heathens.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, more because see what they don't get is that all these Masonic gestures and all these Moors that's fucking around wearing their fezzes only inside the temple, and then when they leave outside of the temple they don't have no fez on. You see what I'm saying? And they're not kicking the science to regular people. They're not representing, they're not doing and being upright, pure and clean like the prophet gave us instructions to, not to mark this fez. That's why it's a lot of bull crap when that brother came on earlier trying to come in and talk all this crap. Kirkman Bay, you a sellout. Lomax Bay, you a fucking sellout. Motherfucking what's his name?
Givens
L, another fucking sellout. More. Aaron Payne, sellout. All these Moors chase the prophet with the fucking knife. And once we get the fucking proof, a lot of this shit is gonna be emblazoned. We're gonna burn all these dirty Moors down. I'm telling you, they got the prophet stuff. They gotta hit it in the vote. I promise you, that's what Allah was telling me. They got the prophet stuff and they gotta hit it in the vote. They putting goddamn codes. What copyrighting Allah stuff? You can't copyright Allah.
Traitors. Oh yeah, more just want me to let's run this run this audio, this thing about treaties and consular courts being expired. This is for all the people.
Yeah, let's get this.
Let's get it, more. Let's get it.
Yeah, we addressed the thing. We addressed the treaty because if they got a constitution today, then treaty obviously is enforceable, and there ain't no expiring of treaty. Right. But the key part is the consulate being expired that they're going to talk about. So if the consulate's expired, then why are these people been pushing consulate all this time?
And still is, Grand Sheik. They still pushing it.
Right, it still is right now. I have people sleeping out their car right now because of consulate people.
Getting past this generation, they're going to experience it.
Here's a question. So does this mean that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Consular Court, etc., is no longer valid?
That's expired.
See, the deal is it's no longer necessary.
It expired.
Come on, Taj.
Is the issue that we've been telling the people. It is to challenge the jurisdiction, and then they're going to prove to you that they have no jurisdiction. Then
treaty?
you take your place.
No, not the treaty. The consular court. He never brought up.
Oh my goodness.
He brought up treaty because somebody said it in the chat. But his response was that the consular court is dead.
Yeah, that's what need to be. That really need to be iterated right now on this platform right now to let every Moor know that consular shit is fraudulent. Lamont L fucked around and put a Moabite outside in the street with his fucked up tactics, 5-year bidding, doing ass. You understand me? And so if anybody's following him, that's on your own fucking your own fault.
He got a whole damn black ops uniform on, looking like a CI.
Yeah.
A confidential agent.
With his psych ops his psych ops cop pulling him over, and he's trying to do renditions of rights to travel. Get the fuck.
Oh, anybody who did 5 years trying to do the same thing,
let's just stop this playing these games. Stop this psych op activity that you're trying to put down in front of Moors, thinking that we finna eat it up like some goddamn Campbell's soup. Okay, that is not gonna be going nowhere.
And if he's telling you to do adverse claim, there's a way to do adverse claim. You can, and you got to go to him. Look online of your city and how long it takes for you to be able to pull off a adverse claim. The reason why people, if you were doing it in your own house, or I don't even know how that went, but if you're going to do that, you got to find somewhere abandoned and then inhabit that place and clean it up and inhabit that place for whatever the years of your county is going to prescribe. Or they're going to come through and say, hey, somebody lives there already. We got the deed here. If you don't leave, they're gonna come get you out. Somebody's property.
Right. And then they're gonna make it a point to hold you and kidnap you because they have a premises to do so. Period.
Yeah. You can hit the county up and see if somebody has a a deed or whatever on it. And they can tell you if somebody has showed up, in a matter of time.
Yeah, more. That's the proper way of doing things.
You can give notice
going
to
straight
people
into
before you
their
start
face
moving, right?
and checking out, doing your research and going straight up to these people and telling them, okay, this is what it is. I'm making a claim on this.
One of the first parts of commercial law, and contract law is notice. Notice is knowledge. 1-202 in the UCCs. You got to give notice or knowledge to whoever you're doing stuff to, or doing something through. Like if you're gonna come, all right. If you're a Moor, right, and you know that when you're going towards a city, you're near the city as a territory. You're not in it, right? So you have to give somebody notice in a certain manner that that's how you're going to be prescribed where you're going. You're not going to have a residence. You're going to domicile.
Right. You're going to domicile because residence is property, and and if you're going to put property on property, then all the assets get claimed and liquidated. You dummies. That's why the political provision of your nationality is relevant, because we are dealing in a society of corporations that are consuming every damn thing. Period.
Oh, and I got another one. Because we talking about claims. Rod said that he shut down the SEC. He shut down the three cities. He shut down the damn Vatican. He shut down everything. So this is what I propose.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody read The Kraken?
Yeah, I read some of it more. I understand. I understand the premise.
Oh, Mr. Fast.
Understand.
You're fast.
Yeah.
What about the rest of these people? Have y'all in the chat read the Kraken? Have y'all come across the Kraken yet?
Not familiar with it.
Now,
I'm familiar with it, but never read it.
Hey. So we basically have a document that took place in 2010 that caused something called a coate lien to be constructed. You can look this up. Coate is spelled CHOATE. Coate lien to be. Let me look it up. I just got to where I could type in stuff. So like a coate lien has been constructed since 2010 because there's been no rebuttal upon it. This Kraken document it's like thousands of pages long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the record since 2010. It's like a book, literally. And it's all about the Moorish bloodlines, tying us all the way back to America, tying us into before time was even time. Like it's stones, ancient monuments that it ties us into. So you start to get you start to get the sense of why it's a blood claim, because it's a lot of monuments that's prescribed to us as who we are as a nation. People don't know nothing about those land claims, but you need your blood on the record to claim the monuments on the land. But anyway, this Kraken, you can find that on Obashango's website, like obashango.com. And then just go over to the left. The first tab to the left, it says document 34 or 33 and 34. That starts it, but there's a whole it's like what 500 or so.
Yeah, you'll be reading
crazy.
all day. I do like periodic reading, and then come back to it, because that shit reading that, yeah.
So he got a coate lien from that, and he put that on record. Did the who is it? The Homeland Security and Department of everybody you need to recognize something. They responded to him and recognized his enforcement of this. And this is called a coate lien. Is one to which nothing further must be done to make it enforceable. Elements such as the identity of the lienor and the property that is subject to the lien are established. Thus, the lien is certain and definite, In coate, the opposite of coate is the more commonly used phrase. So this coate lean denotes something called first in line, first in time.
Yep.
In maxim of law, first in line, first in time, that denotes the highest claim of law. Who was there first?
Yep.
You ever play freeze tag? Gotta get there first, so you're
Right.
not be it. You don't want to be it.
And not to cut your wisdom more, but that's showing proof of antiquity and modern. So if anything like the prophet said, you are like your ancestors. You are today your ancestors was. So that will prove in antiquity, sanguinis, okay, that on a record that you have first claims, first dibs, because your ancestors are the creators of all civilizations. I don't care how they say it, how they look at it, what they say, what claim they do, or however, but this is an actual fact. Okay, let's just put this damn Abion myth to fucking sleep because they are our children. Period. Islam, more.
We all know it's like the they found the DNA of a man named Albert Perry that kind of shattered all DNA claims that they don't want to talk about because it's us. 2012 this happened, and you said, a Mayan calendar supposedly came to an end, but they found this man through his grandchildren. They have a certain chromosome in them that we all have called A00, and that chromosome, it split away from the rest of the Y chromosomes 340,000 years ago.
And that what makes us unique, the YX chromosome.
How do they deduce this? Because they look at all the admixtures in this particular gene, and this is the part. It's nothing African in there. It's all new stuff that they didn't know. So that would mean that it would be South Carolina, because they don't have a genome set for America. Boom.
At all. South Carolina and Louisiana, I think it is. So what people don't get is that the sanguinis is everything. Just like the prophet said. The prophet was just right. He said, if I give you everything, if I give you Moore's everything, you will go back to fucking sleep. Period.
It's South Carolina has this ancestry in it, and then it extends to all of us. Like if you was to do any of these DNA tests, mainly a 23andMe, because that's the one that tests it. It says it in the fake DNA that you have A00 on yours.
Yep.
So they're recognizing that you have the same gene as the first people that created Y chromosomes. They now call Albert Perry chromosomal Adam. Moors. You're Adam to these people.
Yep.
Everybody came from you.
Yep.
To these people.
And which they don't want to tell you, Moors. You understand? They don't want to give you that science. They want to keep everything to Negro colors, blacks, and African Americans and stuff like that. Period. So,
what else happened in South Carolina? That's the Sunday Free Moors Act.
Yeah, Sunday Free Moors Act.
That's the succession of South Carolina flag.
And that's that flag that the Nation of Islam turned around and using right now to this day. You understand? So what people don't get is that these Yorubos know who the hell you are, but they outlandishly calling you Negro, black, and color with the assistance of the fucking Masons and the Eastern Stars. What y'all don't get?
The outer Africa theory has been debunked by these scientists.
Yeah,
the ones that study the DNA and stuff. They've been fighting over this for years, but they have debunked it, and it's been debunked for like 10 years now.
And then
Negroes
and we still arguing over who if we African or not. Get the.
And then you know what's crazy? Look it up. Look up outer Africa theory debunked.
Yep.
I blocked it. Wait, it's right in front of me.
Pull it right on up. More read it. More, please read it.
I am
please
going
read
to.
it.
I'm going to. There's out of Africa theory debunked in 650 words. Out of Africa theory is described in Wikipedia as follows: Homo sapiens most likely developed in a Horn of Africa between 300,000 and 200,000 years. The recent African origin model proposes that all non-African populations are subsequently descended from the populations of Homo sapiens that left Africa after that time. Now, as what's his name? Richard Dawkins, professional eighth. Oh no. I don't know who what they're doing with that. Wait. What's his name? I can't. I'm trying to find the dude's name who started this thing.
The
Out of Africa
scientist,
theory
this
first came
yeah,
with
the out of
visual
Africa
theory
theory, the
and the
scientist,
scientific.
the scientific anthropology, well, anthropology study.
Is
Yeah.
it Erica
Wait. See.
Trinkas?
Erica, what you say? Say that again, Absedel.
Eric Trinkas.
Eric Trinkas, more.
Eric Trinkas, that's one of them, but he not the main. He not the main boy who like proposed the out of Africa theory being debunked. But he one of them though. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I think I got to the page now because I was on the wrong. They got all these different pages of it. But out of Africa theory officially debunked. Scientific evidence refuting the theory of the modern humans in Africa Genesis is common knowledge among those familiar with the most recent scientific papers of the human genome, mitochondrial DNA, and Y chromosomes. Regrettably, within mainstream press and academia circles, these seem to be a conspicuous and, dare we say it, deliberate vacuum when it comes to reporting news of these recent studies and their obvious implications. Because what we have found out is that anytime they classify dark-skinned people in America as sub-Saharan African, they're switching your Aboriginal American gene for a sub-Saharan African one. That is not the same. It's just the most similar to, based off of your eye color, your hair texture, and your skin color.
Yeah, and let me interject this too, more. Let me
Australian
interject this right quick.
Greg Jeffries.
Greg Jeffries. Let me interject this right quick, more. Okay, just like Malera. Remember we had discussions
Alice
on
C.
Malera?
Wilson and Rebecca L. Kane. It's going crazy. But
you remember Malera? Remember when we was discussing Malera? That Moors are that's immune to Malera when they
malaria?
The mosquito, malaria. Okay, so Africans is not. We are though. So let's just stop playing these damn games about who we are. We know we are Moors.
It's called the Duffy Null allele. And so they got this antigen called the Duffy Null. Or no, I'm sorry, the Duffy allele, right?
Allele, yeah.
Everybody has it, but some people don't. And when you have when you don't have it, they call it Duffy Null allele, meaning it's not there. So this Duffy allele is the thing that binds to ancient well, it is ancient because it's matter of fact, it's a couple million years ancient. A substance from a certain type of mosquito called the Plasmodium vivax. And when this mixes with this Duffy allele, this is how you get stuff like malaria. But there was what was found out through science is that people living in America has been chewing on something called cinchona bark for generations. And we've chewed on it so much that through our own genome, it made us immune, which basically irrefutes what they say about natural selection.
Right.
That outside temperatures makes the inside change, but you have to take something and change the inside to make the outside change. Digestion in the inside will make the outside change. But anyway, so they still digest it. As a matter of fact, it's called cinchona bark quinine. Is the medicine. If y'all remember, Donald Trump was like he wanted to give the people hydroxychloroquine. That's literally a derivative of cinchona bark. So anyway, when a lot of people came to this land. We were giving them cinchona bark to get rid of their diseases, whether it be Black Plague, Africans with malaria, and all that. Certain Africans went back to Africa and don't have that gene, or came from America and went over to Africa and don't have that Duffy allele, so they won't get malaria. And a lot of people, since the way they do the studies is that those people are original Africans, but they're really from America, and that's why they don't. The certain tribes in Africa that don't get malaria, those tribes don't connect back to ancient tribes in Africa. Why? And I only could find that out by studying the DNA stuff. Like I found out the whole game of Africa. Like Africa is mixed population, just like goddamn New York, but more diverse. It's not a bunch of dark skinned people over there. It's pale skinned people in Morocco and over in the western parts. The darker skinned people is in the northern part in like what we call Egypt. Then they have a bunch of Malaysians and pale skins and what would look like a Mexican in South America and South Africa. So that place is completely diverse. They only show us pockets, so we think it's a black land. No. That's America. What you're thinking about.
And then don't forget too, we always got to remember, that's why Juali told you that one, you're not Ethiopian, and two, that it is most earnestly hoped that the Moor Science Temple of America will not be confused with any Back to Africa BS. So it's all over here.
Genius.
Saw it coming before it hit. We gave Moors their instructions, gave them their supreme laws, gave them their divine everything that they needed, and look at Moors now, like some dumbasses.
Cause it's like we can't stop where he get. It's like we get so hype over what he did that we stop where we at now. Like it's not on and popping. It's on now. You better stand on everything you ever learned, and don't be trying to study. Know it already. That's why a lot of more is coming in new. They like, yo, I gotta catch up. I'm late. You'll get it fast. Cause look at how these people attack. You'll learn just from us shematar these people.
Yeah, learn from that. Just like people slide it in our chat or whatever, talking crazy, but never push the button. Talk crazy about Drew Ali, never give their address. But it is what it is. This is just what it is.
Here and to Camelback off Noble Drew Ali saying we're not to be made into a Pan-African movement. It says he said the Europeans going to tell the truth. Yobo. It says Australian historian Greg Jeffries explains that the whole out of Africa myth, I love when they talk like this, the whole out of Africa myth has its roots in the mainstream academic campaign in the 1990s to remove the concept of race. When I did my degree, they all spent a lot of time on the out of Africa thing, but it's been completely disproved by genetics. By genetics, not DNA, genetics. Mainstream still hold on to it. You mainstream Negroes. But it did begin in the early 90s, and the academics most responsible for cementing both the out of Africa theory and the complementary common ancestral African mother given name Eve in the public arena in nearly every curriculum were Professors Alan C. Wilson and Rebecca L. Cann. In their defense, the authors of these papers were fully aware that the genealogy is not in any way linked to geography. Boom! And the authors of this paper were fully aware that genealogy, who your parents are and all this stuff, is not in any way linked to geography. So they cannot say, oh, you're dark skinned, so you're African. Stupids. Because it doesn't have anything. Genealogy is one thing, geography is another thing.
Hey, read that again.
In their defense, the authors of this paper were fully aware that genealogy is not in any way linked to geography. And that their placement of Eve in Africa was an assumption, never an assertion. Boom. And okay, there's one more paragraph. In a recent paper on Y chromosomes published in 2012, here we go, Albert Perry, re-examining out of Africa theory and the origin of Europoids, Caucasians in the light of DNA genealogy, written by Anatole A. Klyosov. Them Russians know the shit out of this stuff, just letting y'all know. And Igor L. Rozhansky. Only confirms the denial of any African ancestry in non-Africans. Only confirms the denial of any African ancestry in non-Africans. Us. And strongly supports the existence of a common ancestor who would not necessarily be in Africa. In fact, it was never proven that he lived in Africa. Killing them. Killing. Europeans saved the day again, and they destroyed all their lies that they made up. So they told the truth. Y'all ready? They see no genetic proof substantiating an African precedence in Homo sapiens tree. They trying to say that African ain't even part of the Homo sapiens. They made it up. and maintained that a more plausible interpretation might have been that both current Africans and non-Africans descended separately from a more ancient common ancestor, thus forming a proverbial fork, meaning Moors is the handle, and then out of that handle there's different teeth that came out of the handle. Moors. Scimitar. That's the A chromosome.
Any more got any closing remarks? This was a good slap. It was a good slap. We'll see where it goes though. Because you know how our people are. They don't want the truth. It's too stern.
Isn't that concept of not having not having a nationality based on putting us back in Africa?
Denationalization.
Mm-hmm. So, Rod Hayes, we can't not have a nationality. What's yours, and who do you work for? That's what we need to know.
Nationalization. Islam Moors, anything in closing? We off this.
Pretty
much
Islam
done. Moors. Give thanks to the panel. Honor to the prophet.
Supreme honor to the prophet. Islam.
Can't need more than that. You can't need more than that. Honors to all the Moors worldwide.
Oh yeah, and Allah is the master of the universe, and Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali is her prophet.
Islam.
Peace, Moors. Peace, love.
Peace and love, man.
We do it in the spirit of a prophet in Islam. We study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. No, it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. At a disadvantage, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young Vietnam. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Moved out the rough edges, eliminate the arms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom. Coming for our territory, taking back Guam. With that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. Now I'm impressed, the vibration sound is on. It's on.
Don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great gift. Stay great masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' give me bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. They play your life and try to take you. Can you count how many times I try and break you? Try to got a great clue. Struggle size 8 shoot. Mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little great goose while pouring on this state truth. While plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that letter to that's HB number 2 and keep my name out your mouth unless it's about to spread my youth. Put to come up with the money that you run up when this crow game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot with your lame excuse. No, I never that. This a full force sound system level that. Yo, you only talking fiat where your levels at. This is God body, show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural. Pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray, I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences, they speechless. For the world, I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate the copy, I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great, give me the stay. Drake the masterpiece, the master's trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like the masterpiece. This law gon' give me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Why am I in this?
Good. Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she du jour. I thought Orisha Omega dated, she a Moor. Amongst the elite, both relate to the poor. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke and never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate the copy, I'm the master tape. Our mothers and the fathers great give me the state. Drake the masterpiece for masses, trying to masterpiece this timing like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Respect my life, respect my life, respect my life, respect my life, respect my life. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Hey. You know the PM studio, man. 7998 Premier Road. Hello. Buenas noches.